I did it!
Let's
I did it!
go.
I'm done!
Let's go.
I'm
Yay.
done!
Yay.
Danny's on
Yes.
my left card. Let's go, let's go!
Let's go.
Woo! That's the final boss!
Yahoo.
Oh, I mean, sorry. Final secret boss of chapter 3. Ah. Hello. Was it percent battle? Yes. Oh boy. You and Vira are going to explain how battles work to Noel. I get it. It's kind of like fire lasers. And if we're nice to you, we can win through mercy? Yeah. And the way I have to do that is dressing up in a weird costume? Yeah. You and Noel show the animation up in here. My life has been a series of doors in my face. Suddenly I'm running to you. It's like searching for the light to maybe it's party talking or the chocolate fondue. But with you, but with you, I'm not a place. I see the fear. And I've never felt before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Life can be so much more with you, with you, with you. Love is an open door. Oh, Chris, remember when your brother was here? You used to spend so much time with him. With me! Watching cartoons, playing games, smiling, laughing, crying. Why? Why don't you two do that anymore? What? He went to college? But why not to go do that? You can learn anything on TV. Yes, the instructions, right. The instructions. They're coming out of the pipes. They're crawling out of the pipes. Where are they going? I don't know. Oh boy. Oh, we're just supposed to dodge fire. I don't see any food in here. Yeah, because Rousey isn't cooking.
Pizza deodorant for nerds? Hey, Ralphie, looks like Chris is trying to tell you something.
Chris, you think I need No, I'm not actually sure how you require that sort of thing.
Hey, what the? Chris, you dumbass, why'd you make me wear that?
Make you?
Take it off.
Oh.
Chris! Chris, the glass, I didn't notice it.
This would have.
The minus 12,000 area, the 12,000 blocks from spawn area that I traveled to. This is to catch up people who haven't been around. When when they released Sulfur Caves, I had to travel 12,000 blocks from spawn, because we've explored so much, to find some and set up a base here. It's gotten a little elaborate. Um, we have a nice nether path going back and forth. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Um, and this area is where the sulfur caves are. And I had been making a habitat for these sulfur cubes. As you can see, there are a bunch of them sitting around here. Um, I'd been working on a habitat for them. And I also like that I saw this. This must have been Sunny and the Catboy did this that time that they were in here. It's incomplete, but it's probably best to leave it incomplete because these lights still I need to get more frog lights, because I still need to redo the lights in a bunch of it. Um, I started working on making this nice here. Um, I planted some trees on top of the house so that when you look up, it's like pretty from inside this little house. And I also made the entrance to down here much nicer. We now have a water elevator. Milo, thank you. I will hydrate for you in one moment. Basically, I eliminated the long and ugly staircase, and now we have just a little hallway that goes, it's like it's pretty short, to a water elevator that goes from this same, you can either come from the outside stairs. This
Yeah,
first
you
staircase
found
still
me.
exists because it goes to where the child chamber is, but I closed this up, um, since we now have a much better way. This goes inside the house and up, you guys know the rest. There's a whole place here. Um, mm, 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 mm. This is the base we have. Um, it's got things. Uh, Here is the nether path. It is in an enclosure to discourage bees from going to the nether, which they were doing. They were following me to the nether. Here is, you can find, if you need to ride a skeleton horse, there's some skeleton horses. We've got a little supply shed back here. We've got a wool farm. We've got a little wool farm. Um, that you can come and get wool if you need it. It is in multiple colors, and I need to add more. And then we also have, and this is a work in progress. This is a work in progress, is a place where you can come and get stuff that you might need. It's a dormitory of if you will. And this is stuff that's occurring here at the minus 12,000 block area, where I feel we are probably also going to, or probably also going to have to use this as a base for when the new biomes come out. There's new like dappled forest and stuff. I'm trying to avoid exploring much more than I have. I have explored this area some, but I feel like we're going to have to once again find unexplored areas where the new biomes will spawn so that this base will continue to be useful. And that is my justification for continuing to work here and do stuff here. Um, my current project is beautify the sulfur cave area. I will probably also decorate and redesign this hall use some copper and stuff from the nearby trial chamber, and we'll be tied the ocean side. uh, anyway, this is what's going on in the minus 12,000 block area. Working on it, working on it, working on it. And takes about 5 minutes to get back to spawn, or even less than on the maybe on the Soul Speed Road. I do need to go back there eventually. I want to make some Soul Speed boots for the cat boy. Um, it took a long time to get. I also need to eventually go back there. I just need more bone meal, or I need to build a skeleton farm here in this area because I'm running out of bone meal, and it just took a lot to get these to finally grow, to like get the ceiling to the right height and width, to get everything exactly the way it wanted to be, to get these things to grow. What I would like to do now is probably something to extend out. This back wall doesn't need to. Full disclosure, I put up this back wall, but now I'm probably going to tear it down or at least alter it. Because what I would like is to extend this out a bit in a, I don't know. And I also need to design something nice. And I was also potentially thinking of cutting out an area above the slime habitat, above, so this cinnabar line indicates where it would be. Above as something pretty, I don't know what. I'm just trying to make it nice here. A nice place to be while one is mining things. You know, because like you come down here and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, right. No, I'm in the mines. Um, or on this side, and so on. Thinking about some interesting stuff this morning, Milo the furry fox. What kind of stuff? Um,
Yeah, you found me.
oh, decap, you didn't even get your thing? You didn't even get the it'll come tomorrow? Like you missed the delivery? Is what I'm hearing after all that? After losing sleep and everything? Mhm. Anyway, there's places to explore and things to find and stuff to do here, but um I'm mostly trying to beautify the spot above. I might try to oh, I don't know. I don't know whether Sunny and Julian are eventually going to come back and finish this project here with the pink things if I get more frog lights and can um, fix the lights. Actually, what I could do is put the right lights in the right configuration. I ran out of frog lights here, but this, for symmetry's sake, this is the right layout. And I need to fix that and do that here too. I could work on that right just now in case they come back and do more of this. And part of why I planted the cherry trees. You know what? I should plant some cherry trees outside where they will regrow better. Like here, I don't really want to chop these down because these were so hard to get to grow in the first place. But I'm also a little low on bone meal. But I might just have a bunch of. Well, let's go. Let me go upstairs and see. Let me go find a place where I would plant them. maybe we need some locally. Like I have a bunch back at Oceanside, but it's a little bit of a walk. Mhm. They told me they overshot my address by like 2 cities and asked if they could deliver tomorrow. I told them it's fine as long as they understand where my address is now in relation to the capital. Oh no. So you had to oh my goodness. Elena, good morning. You had to get up to miss your delivery? That's that's so depressing. Oh my goodness. Are you feeling cranky? I'd be a little cranky probably. Oh well, I'm always up early. Thinking about how no one's talking about one of the most popular GTA V content creators can't even play. I actually, well, I can tell you why I'm not talking about it is that I have never played that game and have no knowledge whatsoever of anyone who plays it or is a content creator for it. So that would be why I personally haven't talked about it. I can't speak for anyone else. Um, I need a skeleton farm. Sunny, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the care packages. Sunny, I'm gonna plant some cherry trees over here in case I don't know if it was you or Julian or both that was making a design on the ceiling of my sulfur cube habitat. But I noticed it was unfinished and I figured maybe it was for running out of cherry wood, so I thought I would plant some cherry trees in the area. But that also I needed to fix I need to fix the frog light ceiling anyway. I'm out of frog lights, but I could still make the ceiling like I could put some cherry trees out here. Boom. You could plant some out here maybe. Maybe they'll grow. Maybe possibly. I'm just looking for spaces. Some of those are kind of on top of each other, but like some, I figure like one or two will grow and that'll be something. Oh, that one's going to run right into that tree. That's never going to grow there. That one might grow. We'll get some cherry trees going in the vicinity, perhaps, or the wood. Hmm. Oh, I hear you, monster. I hear you. Put a couple over here too. Perhaps. No, it's not going to grow there. It's too close to that tree. Why do I always hear monsters here? Why are there so many monsters underground in this area? Bit of education for our younger viewers. You've co-opted the word LARPers to mean gatekeeping fake fans, but LARPers. Right? Yeah. Wait. They're using it to mean something else. Oh my goodness. Julian's probably builder boy, no good at building. It was a design. I was thinking it might have been him. It was just a little. I'll show you, Sonny. It was when it was just like a little ceiling design. But I liked it. But it needs me to fix the frog light thing to work. It was just like a trapdoor, a pretty trapdoor designy thing on the ceiling. What does it even stand for to mean fake friend? I mean fake fan. Like what are they even using what is the acronym? It doesn't even make sense to me. Go back to using 90 slang. It was this sunny. I figured it was one or both of you. It's not. You know, decaf. The only thing I can say about that is stop trying to make that happen. Looks Julian full, yeah. Or Leo. Well, I figured it was. I figured because it was. I found it the other day after you and Julian were in here while I was on stream. Yeah, no, it is cherry wood. Oh, they like cherry wood. Yeah, I do too. I make a lot of things out of cherry wood. But I thought either he ran out of the cherry wood while he was here, or realized that I was gonna need to redo these frog light things, which I do need to, and I guess I could work on that a little bit. Um, bum, 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 I could work on the space for that, rearrange it ever so slightly now, but it's gonna be so it's like the layout that works is 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. So like 3, boop, boop, 2, boop, boop. Fill this in, boop, boop. And then this, boop, boop. But the problem is I ran out of frog lights. Oh wait, I gotta fix these. Boop, boop. That one's in the right place. This one is not. So I also need to get more frog lights. Cause I'm out of frog lights. So some of these can't have frog lights in them, but that's basically what the layout should be. So I could fix this across the board so that whenever Julian comes back, if he does, to finish this ceiling work, it's ready. But unfortunately, the new design requires more frog lights than what I have. But this was something done in out of frustration for symmetry. Oh, hi. Okay, the thing that makes me sad here is that that cube may or may not have stolen my frog light. Hi. Um. Oh, stop dying by falling down here, guys. All right. Who stole my frog light? There it is. Oh no, that one's supposed to be there. Never mind. No, 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 don't go there. Don't go there. I think that one's supposed to be. Oh, yeah. That one's supposed to be there. Did you guys take my frog light and I can't get it back? Did you swallow my frog light? I can't even tell. But I feel like I lost a frog light because of you. No, don't go there. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna fall down if you go here. If they swallowed it, they would be unmoving, you think? Yeah. But it disappeared, is the problem. Okay, I understand that you guys want to be out here, but the problem is you're gonna just fall to your death if I let you fall down here. Because it's carpet over stone. I need to funnel you out a different way. Okay, if this is the line, this way should lead up to an area that is not over stone. I don't know how far I have to go. All right, you guys are making yourselves unable to move. Do I have any buckets on me? Oh, I do. Oh, but the little ones can't be bucketed. No, this way, this way, this way. Go that way. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. All right, I can't save these. Well, maybe I can because maybe that cushioned their fall. Oh, you have the light. You have the light. I think. Hold on. Light keeper. Gimme. Thank you. Oh, wait, maybe that was the right spot. Hold on, I have to figure out. Ah! Okay. Alright. These are places where froglights will go one day. When I get more. So the reason why they were falling to their deaths, so this is stone with carpet, and what it really needs to be, honestly, is maybe carpet with carpet. If I don't want that people, if I want them to be able to fall down and not to their deaths, it could be carpet with, or it could be wool with carpet on top, um, because the issue is up until about here, where you start hearing wool. This is a slime spawn area, and that's why I have to have carpet. But I guess I could put wool under the carpet in a bunch of the places. And the reason why it changes to wool over here is I realized that no sulfur cubes were spawning because of the carpet as well. Now, my part of my problem is I only have I don't have wool in every color over here. So this light blue and this yellow and this red are still carpet. Are still like carpet on something. But yeah, there's all these issues. Like on one hand, slimes, like so there's some wool over in this area too, because slimes were like going up in the waterfall and then falling out and get taking fall damage against the stone with carpet. This is somewhat mitigated now since I extended this to keep because in here often you don't see any here now, but uh, glow squids spawn in here too, and they were killing themselves by falling out of this onto dry land. So there's been a lot of stuff that I've had to do to keep all the creatures, the sweet and friendly and lovely creatures, from committing suicide constantly. Do 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 do. Time to rob Sarlacc's factory. Yeah, I just need to. My oh no, oh no. Okay. That guy can't move. I really want to put a block there. I don't know if I got the right spot. Ooh, maybe I did. Hmm. Hi. I need you guys to move a little bit. You move over. Move over. So that I can keep you from being able to come in here. Being able to kill yourself in here. Nope. Nope. There we go. I do now know that there are a ton of slimes spawning above, though.
When the moon is in the seventh house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelations, the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius. When the moon is in the seventh house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. A sincerely wonderful good morning evening to the void. My name is Decaf Nvidia. I'm a video game streamer who primarily plays RPG games. I am also a voice actor and singer, so you'll hear me do one or both of those things in the stream. My pronouns are he, they, and today we're playing Minecraft with my friends. Let's go ahead and join them now, shall we? There we go. And camera on, and Discord unmuted.
A way to help those those cubes migrate down here to the habitat, which maybe will be best facilitated over here. If I made them an opening. Okay, what is this? Is this carpet? No, it's wool. Okay, this is wool, so they could land here safely. This is not wool. No, maybe it is. This is all wool. So, if I could either let them just drop down directly in the water, or drop down here so they could hop around and decide if they want to go in the water. Oh, I see. I'm not far enough this way. Oh, hi. Be careful. Don't give yourself fall damage. I'm just trying to build something here. Which level are they on? About here? Yeah. Okay, oh no. Okay, those are the lights. That's the lights. So I need to go up. To this level. Right? This is where they're hanging out. This is where they're trying to spawn. if I make them a path. Oops. And it could safely drop down here. It's all wool, right? There's no there's no, yeah. Safe for cubes. Hi. Are you uncertain? Are you uncertain if you want to come here? You shouldn't have taken fall damage there on wool, but you looked like it did hurt a little. Like, they do look like they're taking some damage, and they're not supposed to because this is all wool. One could call this an infestation. I suppose one could. That one frog I dragged into the nether kept trying to hop into every lava pool and say, "Oh my goodness." I think Minecraft minds just desire death sometimes. I'm just catching up here with your Decaf, you haven't been talking on purpose, right? Like you've been
Oh, yeah.
muted.
I was wondering if you like you were gonna acknowledge that I was like unmuted for a while.
Well, I can't tell. Like direct, like I'm like it's hard for me to visually tell that you're unmuted because I don't have the uh I didn't have the
I figured you were like really
Discord
focused
pop
on
out.
the thing you were doing, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, I mean, I can unfocus anytime.
Sure you can.
Hello, Decaf. I'm
Hello.
so sorry that you were awake for no reason whatsoever.
No, just just 10 delivery people. Hey, it's okay that you missed my address by 2 whole cities. As long as you understand
It's
now
so
where it is.
frustrating.
And then they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll just deliver your package tomorrow. Then if that's okay." And I'm like, "Okay, that's all right. Thank you for
Yeah,
trying.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
get
go back
up
to sleep
in the
now."
uh, man. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole
So,
thing.
yeah, it is a whole thing. I
But
hope it's going to be worth it. I hope what you're getting is worth the the pain and struggle.
hmm it's a little bit. It is worth it because like it's free.
Mhm.
Well, I say free. I did do technically work for it because I did the live
Right?
streams. Um, but like the shipping is like free, so I don't have to like eat beans for a month or two for all my meals just to be able to afford shipping from China. Um,
Right.
and
Oh
I'm
my
getting like cool
goodness.
merch out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have gotten some really cool merch
Yeah.
for sure.
I now have a merch shelf finally.
I know, and it's beautiful. If you guys haven't seen, Decaf posted it in their clubhouse in my Discord, but I'm assuming they also posted it in their own Discord.
Yeah,
So
of course.
yeah. So there's beautiful, beautiful, in fact, it might just be a feed directly from there. Um, now that I think about it.
It's my very first merch shelf.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen the merch shelf, you need to go look.
Or
I
else
need to search
you'll miss
or
it.
else, exactly.
Or
Yeah.
else you'll miss it because you don't see it.
Why why are sulfur cubes taking all damage on wool?
Why do critters crit?
Mm-mm-mm. No. Can disrupt their intended and
By the way, at this point, if you can't tell what I'm making up here, you're not gonna get it.
uh-huh. Yeah, I probably am not. I'm gonna get. Well, actually, let me look. Let me look.
You're not gonna see it on my screen right now because I'm building it.
Okay, I'll have to. I'm very far away at
right,
this
right.
time. But I will
Someday.
go over and take a look. Well, I have to go back there for some things. I just kind of like I'm often like sort of waiting to for it to be like to like do what I can here and then go back for things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like after
Once you're not at the
but maybe if
supplies, right?
yeah. Maybe I can just have them fall directly in the water and that would be better. But it means getting up there without hurting anyone. Let me put a block down. Oh, you're not gonna let me put a block
That
down, little
says
guys,
about
are you? There we
the
go.
truth of Posterion. Because of the 3D trailer, you're a bit skeptical, but it's starting out well. The card collection system's interesting. Ooh, could Truth of Posterion be the Otta that we needed? You know, it being roguelike and
Oh,
all.
right.
Are they fully abandoning Otta now in favor of just like more roguelike modes, which not the worst thing in the world, considering what they've done with Otta over the years.
Right.
Maybe it's time to retire Otta, you know? The
Let's see.
hyperfixation on turn limits has really hurt Otta, I think, overall. So I wouldn't be averse to just like more focus on roguelikes if that's the case. If they have no plans of improving it anymore.
Yeah. Maybe if I do something like this,
Well, I'm glad you're having
where
fun,
they
Dan. I'll be playing Truth a Posteriori tomorrow myself. I still have to get through Syndrome of Silence and Focus Flashback and all the other stuff. You know, I finished all of the main story one weekend, but I haven't really played Blade Reverse since then.
Yeah.
It's mostly just been building characters, of which there are many, right? I have to build Capelia and
Like
Eagle
Superpelia,
and Rhiannon, who I was able to fully
Eagle.
build over the week. But then there's still Miss Stranger, and then if there's any resources left, which I doubt there will be, because I R15 Regulus.
Right.
I R15 Regulus. I still have to like unlock Nauticus Euphoria, and then also, oh wait, no, I did already get it because I used the resonant thing from the spending event. I think the cocoon thing. But yeah, I the only character I still have to build then in that case would be definitely Miss Stranger and Lady by the Lake. So I think I unlock by playing one of the game modes. It was a Truth or Story we unlocked Lady by the Lake or Syndrome of Silence, one of the two.
Unsure.
Dan says, it reminds me a little of another mobile roguelike I tried out. The card battler gameplay felt nice, but the game UI aggressively pushed its microtransaction. I mean, the moment you said mobile kind of told me what I needed to know about that. We all still remember Plants vs. Zombies 2, Electric Boogaloo. Like usually when a game franchise starts on mobile, there's like some microtransaction elements tied into it, reverse included.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so much easier to like convince you to spend when you're on the go and like can't really do your research because you're like on the go and you're kind of like impulsively going for that dopamine hit of like, oh, number go up faster if I spend cash, and it's only like $1, really, $1 for a whole month sometimes. That's how they get you. That's how they got you.
Yeah. Don't let the gotcha get ya, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Although, if it makes you happy, more power to you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're, if it's not gonna ruin your life.
Yes, exactly. Especially if like it's a sponsorship and there's usually like bonuses for buying stuff usually. Like with MJ sponsorship last year. Yeah, it was a full year ago already at this point.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you
What?
haven't done any sponsorships since then.
Yeah.
You haven't needed to, I guess. I
Well, I
bought like
probably
several
needed to,
packages.
yet have not.
I bought several packages because like it meant that MJ got way more money. But then MJ went ahead and just like gave me a cut of it, and I was like, oh, I guess I got all my money back.
We made it into a joint sponsorship is what
Yep.
we did. It only seemed right was the thing. It only seemed right.
Mm-hmm. That says so many game modes, multiple roguelikes included. I'm happy, mostly. Don't tell MJ about Redacted. I'm not sure what the Redacted is, but okay.
Huh. Huh.
I won't tell them about things I don't know about. I will never I will always remember like something I will never forget.
Oh, hey, we've got the glow squids now. Yay, the habitat is filled with life right now.
Hooray!
We got a bunch of new cubes and some of the glow squids have come in. I'm trying to keep everyone from killing themselves.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask that. Sunny, do you know if your squid farm produces glow squid or if it's just squid ink? Like regular squid ink? Because I noticed that I didn't notice that there's any that like came out from that. There's rows upon rows of squid ink.
The glow squids spawn lower down, I think.
Ah, okay. That's why.
But we could technically, since we now know that they spawn here, like, if we wanted to get really industrious, we could probably try to build like a glow squid farm, like a block, like on the other side of this wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like put in some water and I don't really know how to build one, but it seems like that could be something that we would be able to do.
I mean, there's no pressing need for it, but it would be nice.
So that could be potentially a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm gonna make this into
A thing a posteriori.
to save space. To save space.
You don't think glow squid spawn in the ocean? Dang. Okay.
They spawn, there's some that spawn. There's a spot right by Oceanside. There's like a little underground, like underwater. There's a spot. Oh, how do I describe it? There's a spot where glow squids constantly spawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like around the corner. I don't know how to describe it. I would probably have to go over there and like mark it. So that anyone who wanted to find it could find it. To know exactly what I was talking about. It's like a spot where I've usually gone if I was like low on glowy ink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, there's probably going to be some glow squids over here, and there almost always are.
Right.
Or we could build one right here. It's less convenient for those who aren't constantly making the 12,000 block walk, or like going through the nether path.
What?
But
no.
But one could, like make a trek and come back with a bunch of glow squid ink.
Do be careful about using the term one there, otherwise Sunny might do it.
Sunny does have a habit of doing such a thing.
Yep.
I was thinking more like, especially since I do tend to spend some time over here, that I could sometimes come back with a bunch of glow squid ink.
Mm-hmm.
It could be one of the resources that I come back with when I make my commute.
Yeah. Sunny's already doing the farm thing.
Farm. Yeah, there could be a farm here. I would say like put it like on the other side of this wall. And in fact, a good spot for it could be like right on the other side. Like it could be pretty easy. Sound of opening YouTube and typing in close quit.
I tried to warn MJ guys. I really did. I really did try.
I gotta fix this.
Well, as long as Sunny's having fun and not stressing out over the mechanics of it.
I feel like one of the things that Sunny has taken on as a project in this realm has been to build various farms, and
I'm sure Scylla's proud.
because of the farming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna make this better.
It's definitely the
More
same
obvious
thing.
Staircase down. It's 100% farming in Minecraft, farming IRL, like farming, the same thing with the same, probably the same skill set and everything.
I was actually watching
Is my guess.
a Last Week Tonight like rerun of an old episode where they were talking about the lack of farmers for that episode. And one of the things was like showcasing a commercial for Farming Simulator, the video game. And the announcer voice being like, "Man, I didn't know how easy farming was." And there's nothing quite like using my double watering thing. The announcer being, and then the newscaster in Last Week Tonight being like, "Well, good news, you haven't, and you still haven't."
That's great.
It's not, and you still haven't.
Yep. That's hilarious.
Farming in video games is a lot easier, mostly.
A tad easier than real farming.
If only like real farming had the ability to just manipulate time and reload your saves to like get better weather.
Yeah. That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You love following instructions? Yay! Sunny strikes me as the kind of person who really enjoys like Lego, but only in like small bursts. Like I don't see Sunny building a Death Star, but I do see Sunny building like one of those cafes sets. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Sunny says, it says here, no, yeah, definitely just hit the ground with a hoe and kablow, 10 million carrots. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. No, but we love Scylla over here.
That does sound like farming. That does sound like farming as I'm familiar with it.
Right,
which
right.
is 100% from Minecraft.
100%
the big
accuracy.
challenge is early game getting that the right enchantments for the hoe. Early game, it can be rough.
Right, in the game, right?
Right. Early game.
Yeah, it's so hard to find a good enchanter in real life these days, you know?
Yeah.
All of them just want to curse my equipment.
How do I just can never get the books I want, and me and my 20,000 unfinished crochet projects against the world. Yeah.
No, like a cozy I could see Sunny doing. Entire cup holder? No. That's too much work.
Then there's the way that I do those things. Like I like feverishly crocheted 11 scarves and a queen-sized Afghan over the course of a couple of months doing while I was doing a show
Hmm.
in Connecticut years ago, and then never crocheted again.
Oops.
You know, like I thought I would, but I never crocheted again. Like as soon as I got back,
There
I
goes that
had
hobby.
plans. I was gonna make a hat for Mom Day, but I never crocheted again.
Well, you know, if you crochet just right, it can be a hat and also a boat.
That would be a big hat. Uh, I mean, if it was going to be a functional boat.
Hmm. You just flip the hat around and it's now a boat.
Yeah,
But not functional, no.
I wonder because it would probably absorb the water and sink, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's made of cloth. Don't let Little Big Planet fool you.
A crocheted boat.
Cloth does not really stand up well against the elements.
Yeah.
Sunny says, Lego does sound fun. I do have an unfinished at home, however. I managed to lose the crucial piece for it, so it'll forever stay unfinished. Well, that's the good thing about Lego, right? Is that you could lose some pieces and still claim it as finished, because who can really tell the difference if they're not like looking at the
Right?
instructions book that you're looking at, you know? Oh my goodness. Spotify finally added in the song that has been like haunting me since since I started playing like Soccer for Lovely to Die For. They added an orchestra version of Roxanne.
They added it for you. I'm
Yeah.
convinced. They knew you wanted it.
I don't even know like how Roxanne even goes, other than what everyone knows. Roxanne.
Rocks.
That part, yeah. I've been using
I
it as a
used to know
stem.
it more because I grew up in the 80s,
Hmm.
and actually owned uh like albums by the Police.
Right, right. The Police
Um,
featuring Sting, or
yeah, I mean, is there any other like, let's be real.
you know, like how Genesis
Um,
features what's his name, Peter Gabriel, or Matchbox 20 features Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
Right, right. Uh,
Although I would argue that Genesis is actually better after Peter Gabriel left. Sorry, Peter Gabriel, but you know it's true.
I'm trying to figure out if I actually might not have owned the album that Roxanne is on, though, now that I
Mhm.
think about it. I bought Synchronicity, but I think Roxanne was on an earlier album, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I'm trying to think of all the Police songs I know, and I think I only really know
I'm
one
not
by name,
sure.
and that's Every Move You Make.
Oh, the actual title is Every Breath You Take.
Every Breath You Take. Yep, that's what it's called.
But that's on Synchronicity, which was the album that I purchased with my own money as a teenager.
Mhm.
And when did Roxanne
Oh,
come
Walking on the Moon, I
out?
know. There we go. And
Yeah, so Roxanne was a much earlier album. I'm not sure. Like it
so
was an
Walking on the
early
Moon came out a
hit.
year after. Hmm. I'm trying to see, like, no, every little thing she does is magic is like a little bit too late. Hmm.
Mm. What's hilarious, you guys, is I'm telling you with complete sincerity that in the 80s, when the song Every Breath You Take released, absolutely none of us realized how like stalkery it was. Like absolutely none of us caught on to how creepy that song is.
Yeah.
It was just like kind of like a cool song with like the music was like good and it we didn't catch on. We were fools.
One of
We
my
were I
favorite
don't know what was wrong with us.
one of my favorite genres of music is songs with like songs that sound happy but actually have kind of sad lyrics, or secretly are talking about like slightly more serious topics in a way that is suggestible to the public.
Uh-huh.
What's the name of that Pink song? One Way or Another, I think. One way or another, I'm gonna
Another.
find you. Yeah, that song. That's another Stalkery song. Or Outkast's
Yeah.
Hey Ya,
Mm,
which talks about like just how miserable the singer is staying in a relationship that they no longer feel any love for, and yet can't bring themselves to end because they don't have an alternative.
uh-huh. Um, Joanna from Sweeney Todd is one of those songs that's like
Yeah,
super
yep,
stalkery,
yep, yep.
but seems romantic on the face of it until you really realize, hey, wait a minute.
Hang on a tick.
Everything about this is wrong. Wait a minute. The only reason it seems even remotely acceptable is that all her other options are so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
But this is still really bad. This is so bad.
Oh, speaking of Sweeney Todd, since we are playing Minecraft anyway, how went the Sweeney Todd project? I just realized we
The
haven't checked
Sweeney
in on that
Todd
in a hot minute.
project. Yeah, it kind of I would say it stalled, but largely because it turned out that M currently really has no way to play Minecraft.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, so like we were building it for M, but then there became a point when uh that was no longer a thing that was going to happen, so it kind of felt so yeah, it stalled.
Hmm.
But hopefully that will, hopefully she will. If they ever make, the problem is, um, her phone is really not a great option.
Right, right.
Um, and
Not enough backwards compatibility.
and her iPad is also elderly and really like she uses it for drawing, but it's not really going to be good for anything else, like for gaming. So her only option would be her MacBook Air.
Right.
The problem there being that they don't currently make they don't currently make Bedrock for Mac OS.
Nope.
They should, and lots of people are asking about it all the time. Like it's like it's constantly
I mean,
I'm I'm subscribed to a thread, and it would be really easy for them to do, like for Apple Silicon Macs,
right.
like
You know how famously
because it.
Microsoft loves making things for Apple and the
Well,
Apple
I mean,
systems.
they really love money. Um, and the
Yeah, but
thing
they don't
is, there's
love the Apple
tons,
taxes.
but they already have it on iOS. Like all that they would need to do, like they're already paying the
Oh,
Apple
that's true. Yeah.
tax. They have it on iOS, and making it for Apple Silicon would like it's the same chip. Like it would take almost nothing for them to um have it work like they could just take their iPad app
Hmm.
and make a few very small adjustments and it would be done. Like it would be ready for Mac OS. So I don't know why they don't do it, especially 'cause there's a lot of people who are like I downloaded Minecraft to play with my friends. Like I was so excited I want to play with my friends, but I'm on the Mac so I can only play Java. That's the thing. They have it on
Mm.
Java. They have Java on Mac OS, but just not Bedrock. But they have Bedrock on iOS. So none of it makes any sense. Um and they should do it. If they ever do it, then could definitely play.
I
Um
wonder if people have successfully gotten refunds for that. Hopefully.
because they bought it on their Mac and then they can't play it.
Yeah.
they thought they were going to be able to play because all their friends on PC can't like get both Bedrock and Java with the purchase.
Like $100 seems a
Um,
lot for a game that you want to play.
Yeah. All right, this is so that goes where? Trying to figure out where or how I can free these little guys.
Dan says one of those happy sad songs, pumped up kicks. Yep, that's one of them.
Like what's over here? The water.
Maybe one of the songs that
Okay,
like
so
what do you call this? I knew right away, like it gave away a little bit of the plot of a certain movie that I was watching. Was Brandy. There's a happy sad song.
Ah.
Like, oh, they're using Brandy as their title song for the movie? Huh. That's interesting because that song is like well known for being like super upbeat but actually kind of depressing.
So this would be the place to build. I don't know what you need for a squid farm, Sunny, but I'm hollowing out a spot that would be a good spot that's right adjacent to where I accidentally have a squid farm. Which means if we put water in here, the squids would probably spawn.
Ooh. Another song has been added to my playlist. I've never actually heard the song Enchanted by Taylor Swift, but it feels like it fits just right as an orchestral piece. And of course, it's the Vitamin String Quartet again. Oh wait, no, this one is Joseph William Morgan. Okay. Usually it's the Vitamin String Quartet that like has these contemporary pieces in orchestral versions. I'm still having a hard time finding a good cover of Gangster's Paradise in orchestra, like 16-part Philharmonic orchestra like I'm looking for. A lot of like get really close, but you know, an actual like string orchestra is not in the cards, it seems, for that particular song. Don't get me wrong, I love a good percussion section in my orchestras, but I just need to hear just strings for that song, you know? Not percussion. Woodwind, I think is the term. Trumpets? What is trumpets? Horn section? Horn section, yeah.
Yeah, horn section, yeah.
Woodwind is different. Woodwind is a little bit lighter. But no, Enchanted by Taylor Swift. That fits right into the playlist. I'm so glad that Bridgerton came out so that I could get more songs like this added to the rotation. Whoever's idea was it to like what do you call this? Pay actual artists to cover these songs in orchestral like version for Bridgerton. Perfect choice. Absolutely perfect choice. Because Bridgerton is not at all accurate to the Regency era, but like what Regency drama is.
Right.
So adding in like contemporary music, but subtly through, you know, violins and cellos and the old pianos. It's a great way to kind of sneak in that, hey, suspend your disbelief a little bit. I still need to watch the spin-off season of Bridgerton. I'm a little bit behind on that one, although here it's good. Our trumpet player's horn E. Yes, Dad.
Usually.
Oh, you know what I should open too? I always forget. I should open MJ's chat in case people are in there on YouTube. Sometimes Sil shows up there, in fact.
Sometimes Syl does. That is true. Oops.
Like, for as many good features as Twitch has over YouTube, what YouTube has always had is good latency.
Yeah.
So it's more accessible to like regular folks who, don't have the high end devices.
Right. That is so true. Okay, Sunny, I have also built a path to this area. It should be pretty easy to. I don't know whether it's a good idea to have like sulfur around, but. All right. I don't know how much space Sunny requires for a squid farm. But I feel like we should be able to get squids to spawn in this general vicinity.
That says also the Capelia memes are in season. Even the official R99 channel participates. Oh, of course. The R99 channel is fully aware of the power of social media and like heavily leans into the memes. Their long form videos, very serious. OSTs, trailers. Their shorts.
Uh-huh. Silly and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
There's actually one time, Cruise and I collaborated on another like music video. This one was for the movie Coco.
Uh-huh.
We covered "Remember Me" from that movie for Ramona, right? A single day before, and we had been recording for like weeks in advance, right? A single day before the official channel posts like the Recuerdo Me song like onto reverse footage and like, oh yeah, they're tapped in. You have two wolves inside of you. Cut away from the official OSDs to the shorts in the official channel. Yeah. Now, the chat hasn't moved a little bit, so I'm going to assume that the people here are our regulars and therefore have already played through the main story. Do you want to gush about the main story in reverse, MJ, to kind of get off your chest?
Oh. What do I want to say? Am I ready to do that?
Because I also need to gush about it a little bit, but like.
Well, why don't you start gushing, and that might help me gather my thoughts.
Okay. I won't start with the big thing, even though everyone knows about it at this point.
Yeah.
I'll start with the thing I talked about during your break, which is I'm constantly reminding people and telling people, hey, this chapter of Reverse like fits really well with the big thing that happens because there's a very clear theme of sacrifice and people's sacrifice meaning something. People's like lives and that's meaning something to the people who are left behind. Like even with the antagonist, there was a specific scene with Miss Stranger and talking about the death of Anima, where it kind of points you in the absurdity of Anima's death, of like she was praying so hard that she didn't notice a rock fall on her.
Right.
But it does like further prove the point that even though her death was as silly as it was, the impact her life had on her daughter and the Manos is still like respected, despite that reality. Yeah, to Anma's daughter, no less. Oh boy, Miss Stranger was brutal.
Yes. Yes. Brutal. Yes.
The child and I were just
Uh
yelling over and over, "Stop it! He's already dead! You're already putting him out inside of her mouth. It's not enough."
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Double tap. Um, but like it leans further into the themes of like what it means to sacrifice your life. That martyrdom is not necessarily a voluntary action, but it does mean something um, despite it. And even in the like sillier versions of it, where there was that death of Anima that was mentioned, but there was also that
Right.
random soldier. Um, the random soldier was like Arthur. His name was like I'm banging my drum, reminding people of like NPC names because a lot of the characters that died were not like starring roles necessarily.
Right.
For obvious reasons, except for the one. Or sorry,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Um, so Arthur, I think the employee just got really excited about pushing forward and routing the enemy, and up at that point had not actually met the Manas face to face. They stuck in their office for
Yeah.
however many years the storm has been going on, and was just about to die. And then this guy who literally came from this era, and so had been fighting the Manas for over a year at that point, or almost a year. I forget the exact timeline.
Uh-huh.
Had to go in and save him, and the absurdity of the fact that he dies, but the guy who like lived a cushy office life for the past couple of years, not
Lives.
interacting directly with the storm, is deeply tragic. But the lesson is learned.
Right. Right.
The lesson is learned, and that foundation employee is forever changed. I think he was the same employee who like tried to convince the soldier to like leave his stuff behind too. I think that's the implication.
No, it was. It was
Yeah.
that is exact same guy. It was the guy who'd been like, you can't have this stuff.
Right.
And then he's finding out, wait a minute, like what you're telling me is you actually have never even
You never even like fought the Manos. We've been out here dying for your war.
Right.
Um,
like for a while.
Yeah. And you haven't even seen what they look like.
Yeah.
Now he has, and he's seen the worst one, right? He's seen Arcana herself.
Right. Right. The scariest, the most horrifying. Oof.
That hallway chapter minigame,
Or-
Dan says, it felt like comedic punchline seeing Arcana with 9,999 health. Yeah.
Let's see.
And then there's also the Captain Norman Osborn. Everyone calling him, the Green Goblin.
Uh-huh.
Captain Norman Osborn, just like coming in for like literally the same chapter to die. 'Cause he did all the cliches of like, I'm too old for this thing, and
Uh-huh.
when you get to my age, you see a lot of things that change you.
Yep.
But stick with me, and I'll keep you safe.
I'll keep you safe. That whole
Just follow my orders. I'll get you out of this alive, rookie.
uh-huh.
Even his death was like such an like added element to the theme of the story of like death mattering, because even though he died pretty much immediately, because no one thought he was gonna live for that long.
Right.
What was interesting was that his while his body was like killed immediately and there was no chance of saving him, it meant his equipment could be used to other people, and
Right.
it's ultimately what saved Beagle, is the fact that he died immediately, so they didn't have like a moral decision to go up against, where they had to decide, oh, could I actually take this could I actually take off this like vital piece of equipment off this person who's dying? No, they're fully dead. They can't use it anymore. Might as well, right? That the sacrifice means something at least. Although goodness knows, I'm pretty sure like a majority of them didn't have enough of the portable equilibrium umbrellas on them, which might have like led into why they made a decision with Igor at the end there. Tough decision, because like the storm is already on its way.
Right, but they didn't have a lot of options at that point available to them.
That's another theme. That's another overarching theme of Reverse is like you don't have a lot of choice.
Right.
It's the Foundation or the Manos, and sometimes a third option that's not that great either.
Right. All those options are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know not everybody is fully in agreement with me that the Foundation is a overall like not good institution. Like
oh no, not at all.
They just consolidate a lot of power, so they are everybody's only choice besides it's like that or Manus for most people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both pretty terrible choices, and I guess you could say that the Foundation is a little better of a choice because it doesn't want to exterminate humans. But that's like the only good thing you can really say about it.
Right. The hallway like mini game as well was so well done with the story.
Yes. Oh, it was.
Like this is one of the times where they blended the puzzle element well with the story element.
Yeah, I love it when they do
you
that.
could play the puzzle well and like feel accomplished for it, or you could play it badly and it still fits the theme of like people just dying. So easy to match because they're just not ready. They're not ready for this possibility.
Yeah.
Which the plan was apparently, let's hole up in the cramped tiny office of the president. That's because that's the important structure, not the outer perimeter or like the buildings where surely the Manus couldn't come from.
Right. Surely.
Like there's no.
Surely.
We have no like prior experience of a tunnel being dug.
Right. There's
and people
no,
just like popping out of the weeds, not popping like weeds out of that.
Clearly, there's no way our security does it doesn't. Despite the fact that they have extraordinarily skilled arcanists among them,
Mm-hmm.
who can do all sorts of amazing things. Surely they cannot infiltrate our building, which is made out of walls and floors and such.
Surely.
Surely not. I'm gonna make something. No, not that.
But the what do you call this? Actually, one moment. I gotta finish this line. Okay. But the way in which they use the particular mini game, especially I think after the like, or I think it's before before they were like killing off the soldier. I think they were just like, you kept spawning new members of the Foundation to like fight. Like one group would die and then a new one would take their place. Very much felt like in theme with that particular chapter of like sacrifice meaning something.
Yeah.
Like over and over, in order to protect the wounded. People would like rush in, and then some of those wounded would still like insist that they keep fighting and continue to do so. Um, because in this like desperate last stand, everyone is equal.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're like from that era or if you're a soldier or a Foundation member or Laplace. If you can pick up a weapon, do it, or you're not
Yep.
gonna make it.
And you might not make it anyway, like especially
Right.
if you don't know how to use that weapon and it's oof.
There was a strong emphasis too from the soldiers being like, don't hold this gun.
Yeah.
I appreciate the
It's on
thought, but
the
no,
Mhm.
no.
Where is
Only for later to just like use toys from Laplace.
uh-huh. Oh, there. Maybe.
Weapons of mass destruction anyone could use. Even a child could
Oh,
use them.
even a child.
Hand grenades for kids.
Uh...
That scene cracked me up.
um
I swear I know
I'm
Amelia's voice
making
actor from somewhere. Um,
Oh.
like she sounds really familiar, but I couldn't place like the actress's name.
Huh.
But it's a very distinct Canadian voice. Why does Amelia get a real hand grenade and I don't? Obvious reasons, kid. The fact you need to even need to ask should tell you the answer.
Yep. Yep. That was hilarious. And so I don't know, just so spot on. Let's see.
Dan says, however, that high health could be reduced, which had some players rejoice with. She can bleed. We can defeat her. Yeah, the exact mindset of that Foundation guy. It's like it's a quick way to die.
Sunny,
Oh,
if you
look
are
at
in the
that.
chat, I am making signs to point to where the spot that I dug out that could maybe work as a squid farm.
So, Elena, it looks like I finally ran out of glass again. It's been a while. But no, I'm actually out. And in fact, I was going to be out before the project finished because I still need more cocoa beans.
Oh. Oh, right. You need cocoa beans. I have a bunch. I have a bunch of trees over at Oceanside. I have a bunch of those trees that make them. At Oceanside.
Rest well, Dom. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Some of them are inside the building. And perhaps the easier ones to access are like outside on like near the words, thoughts. Words.
Oh, you're actually waking up, Dom. Good morning, Dom. We're just talking about reverse 1999 spoilers. Someone has been up here in the mural and throwing eggs.
Huh.
There's a lot of chicks out here.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wait, is that the...
And of course, the main reason why I like start thinking about the theme of this chapter was Harper Fogel. The great example of someone who is deeply, deeply flawed, but does care about the students, in her own way.
Yeah, I was so angry with her during the story. When she was I think I even ranted a little bit about it when I got to that point, like during the story early on
Right.
when she
You're
was
still putting people in the
punishing the
guardhouse?
kids. Well, and I was like, this isn't the way that the kids will learn. Like, the kids aren't going to learn not to sneak around because you punish them for sneaking around. They're just going to learn how to sneak around better, and they're going to learn that they can't trust you to understand their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they're only sneaking around because, like, I mean, this is the same thing that happened in Verton's time at the school, is
Right.
that the reason that the kids ended up endangering, like, being in such danger was because they weren't being told things. So they knew they were being lied to. They knew things were being kept from them. And instead of trying to figure out how to, um, like, I feel like there's an argument to be had. Like, there's a discussion to be had about whether or not the kids could deal with being told the truth about the storm, like all
Mm-hmm.
the kids. Um, I think they probably could. And if it was done very sensitively.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of whether or not it is ultimately decided whether if they can know,
Mm-hmm.
something has to be done about the fact that it needs to be addressed that they know they're being lied to, that like just not having them be allowed to talk about things doesn't keep them from wanting to talk
Right.
about those things.
Gag orders don't work on
It just
kids
pushes
for
them
some
into
reason.
what.
Gag orders don't
What
work
do you
on kids
say?
for some reason.
Yeah. No, they don't. And kids are going to want to talk about it. And so punishing them for getting frustrated, because they know they're not being told the truth. Um Punishing them for investigating this on their own instead of trying to figure out how to help satisfy their concerns so that they won't feel the need to go behind your back, like to be someone they can talk to be like a trusted adult that they can talk to and can ask questions and such, is the way to keep them from feeling that they don't have to sneak around. Um, when you're punishing them, you're just proving that you can't be trusted. They know you're still lying. They know you're still keeping something from them, and you're just making it clear that they have to be better at not letting you find out. Um, and so that's where I was really angry with her when she showed up in the story and was like punishing the kids. I'm sure out of frustration. I'm sure like it's her job to keep them safe. And when they're like, it's like if you guys have ever um had to be in charge of a toddler, like whether it was like a family member or you were babysitting or something, and they're like constantly trying to kill themselves. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you're taking care of a toddler, that all they want to do is like throw themselves off of things and bump into things and like
Mm-hmm.
everything. All they seem to want to do is hurt, like kill or maim themselves,
And
and it's your
see
job to
giant
keep them from
women.
doing it. Yeah, and that too. And it's frustrating because you're like, and they don't completely understand you when you're trying, or like you're trying to tell them no, but they're not. They maybe don't fully understand, or they aren't yet mature enough to comply
Mm-hmm.
with your request. And it becomes very tempting to like it takes real self-control not to yell at them, not to get angry, not to like take your frustration out on the child, right? If
Right.
you're not used to it, especially. Um so I'm sure the teachers are frustrated that they are forced to keep this secret. Like they are carrying the heavy burden of these secrets and they're not allowed to share them with the students,
Mm-hmm.
and the students are acting out because of it, but there has to be a better way than punishing them. And there I just did the rant again. But that was
Yeah,
like
no.
basically what I
There you
was
go.
angry about during the story, and then and is part but it's also part of why I broke down in tears when Meryl found them all.
Yeah.
Um and
Because say what you
like
will
doing
about
everything they could.
say what you will about how misguided she was. and the
Mhm.
action she chose to take in life, at least in the end, um, and even in her like misguided way, she clearly cared about the kids, enough to
Yeah,
use her body as like a shield to hope against hope, give them a chance to survive the storm.
yeah. Even though it had to be clear to her by the time that she was doing that, that she was absolutely not going to survive.
Yeah.
Like she was going to die. And it makes one think a lot too, like from a standpoint as someone who is an educator but not an officially schooled educator. Like I don't have a degree in education,
Mhm.
but I do teach and have taught. Um and also was raised by teachers.
Right.
So I know that teachers, like how we teach teachers has evolved over time. And she and the other teachers were probably taught that they needed to punish kids. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
like that was they
That
were
that
taught
seemed to
that
be
this
the
is
implication
discipline.
um,
Yeah.
in Matilda's anecdote, which
Yeah.
it's such a shame they didn't have the visuals to it because it's so good.
Yeah. And people didn't necessarily
Like there are legitimately Matilda haters out there,
I cannot even I
but I point them to like Matilda's anecdote as like a calmer version of Matilda, where she's not having to put on the bravado of trying to be the best, right?
I love her and her bravado, but yes,
Yeah, that is like rubs people the wrong way. Is like Matilda's bravado a lot
yeah.
of times, because it is like a little bit annoying for some people who have maybe dealt with people like that in their
Yeah.
lives and don't have the patience for it.
Right.
But I would point
Right.
them
I
to
always have to
Matilda's
remember that I'm
anecdote
old.
as well as like Jay's entire event story, um,
Uh-huh.
where Matilda's a lot
Oh
more chill.
yeah. Yes.
Oh, hang on,
And
you
learns
said
a
a bit too
lot about
loud.
herself in that story too. I feel like that's such a lot of the stories that Matilda has been a big player in.
Right.
We've watched her like grow and mature in real time.
Her
And
very
like
first like story where she was the protagonist was Journey to Moorpunk, which is so early on. It was like the second story after the main story.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, no, it was really early on.
and I would always argue to people that Matilda is like the secondary protagonist of the story. Um,
Yeah,
but like
I
in
agree.
that particular one, it was hard for her to be as serious because she was up against Calabona, who's like probably the most serious you can get as an arcanist.
Uh-huh.
uh, with her
Oh
deep
man.
sense of responsibility and like the very clear parallel to the racism that she suffers as like an arcanist, but also the allegory to the real life discrimination against women in STEM and
Yeah.
um,
God, that story was so well done.
yeah,
To this day, I hold it up as, and especially her Calabauna's like character story,
Mhm.
her personal event story. I just I still hold it up as like such a shining example of a time, because that's when I realized how incredibly skillful the writers were and the developers in for the game, um making the puzzles meaningful. Like that's where like it was so just tension filled, and uh the amount of work and care that went into making that event story
Mhm.
so powerful. Um
It was a really well done story at the time. I maybe didn't absorb it as well because I was just starting out. So like I was
yeah, yeah.
I was more invested in the main story, but after like the rerun happened, I was able to absorb a lot better and be like, oh, okay. No, this is actually really, really good.
And this is why MJ is constantly going on these long tangents about how great how amazing it was the way that they integrated the puzzles where like her stress is literally like her stress and like of and the academic pressure is
Hmm.
literally chasing her.
Yep.
Like she's literally running away from from
The pressures of everything around her
yeah.
circumstances and her work and everything.
And it's like her mental health crisis is occurring through this puzzle.
Hmm.
Like and she's trying to survive it and it's I just thought, wow, that's I'd played so many games where it felt where the puzzles and things just felt very random. Oh, hey, I can see where you are and might be able to guide you towards the trees that have the um oh, except you're flying away. But uh if you if you at any point end up going back
Right.
over there, I can show you where I have a bunch of the trees that have the cocoa beans.
Hmm.
Um right just right over there, like right outside, like moments away, seconds away from where you were at my back porch at Oceanside.
Right.
There's a bunch of them. There's also some inside, but probably the ones outside are the easiest ones to get, and there's quite a number of them.
Hmm.
Uh, I also in my warehouse might have some cocoa beans, and you're free to take them if you can find them in there.
Thank you.
Mm.
The
Um,
oh right. The point I brought up Matilda. Hang on.
yeah, but Matilda, that's right.
Okay. So Matilda, playing against Calabona, and especially being like Matilda's first story where she's the protagonist,
Uh-huh.
could not be as serious, right? Because
Right.
Calabona is such a serious character already. Um, Even Shamanic, with all of his like mirth, is deeply serious. Yeah, Dan says agreed. Kumar's boss
Yeah.
team makes me tear up to this day. Yeah, it's so good. Ah man. And they reference like Kumar in the Syndrome Silence in the Series of Dusk. Um, like she is not forgotten, and her like boss is still there, the music and everything. Um, but Matilda could not really like be the mature person in that story or the voice
Mhm.
of reason. Um, but she was able to be that in Jay's story because Jay is such an absurd character.
Right.
Hate street style. Let me just solve all the intergang like violence and socioeconomic inequality with my fists and my sword.
Yep. That's Jay. Oh man, I'm so glad. Like totally as a side note, I'm so glad to have heard that his upcoming Euphoria is gonna make him like OP.
Hmm.
Um, I have never I well that's not true. I can't I was about to say I have never wanted that more for anyone. That's not true. I've wanted that for many characters, but uh I'm thrilled that that is going to be something that Jay will have.
No, well deserved.
Yeah. He's such a great character. And the perfect foil for Matilda too,
Right.
because being with him, being in his company forces her to have to be more like it forced her to have to find ways to be more flexible.
Hmm.
Um, because otherwise there was just no way to deal with him.
Right. The whole like her insistence in those first two stories of like using communicator to call her back up and never getting in
Yep.
was so funny to me. Of like, yeah, the Foundation's useless.
Yep. Yep.
Pretty much. I think it was only because she made moves to be promoted that they actually took her seriously.
Mhm.
And like every time she calls for backup, it's like a legitimate reason. and they just
Right,
don't
she's
listen to her.
she's very serious. Like she's not ridiculous at
Mm.
like ever. Like she's but they don't take her seriously as they should. Uh this one's already waxed, right? I think, yeah. Um, mm, 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 mm. What am I doing?
I forget what the other story that
Mm.
Matilda um shows up in, where she finally like gets communicated to work, and then they only show up at the very end. Um, which one was that? Goodness. I know that she showed up immediately after that in like Barrel's side story as like a side character. Um, but yeah, it was like it was specifically Matilda's anecdote where you could really see her coming to her own of like she's really the star chapter was the other one I was thinking of, where um after the events of Verum Storm and the Apparent Island, she's like actually doing the research and is like
Mm.
legitimately helpful in finding new information. And I was actually even between, wasn't it? Because Greta Hoffman wasn't dead yet. They were looking at Greta Hoffman's
Oh
notes.
my.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But like it was thanks to that we got so much information about the predictability, quote unquote, of the storm, and kind of like
Mhm.
the realities of how the people dealt with it in that first year, of just how bad it was and how unprepared they were to lose so many people.
Yeah.
And so Matilda, like in her anecdote, like has fully come into her own, I think. Where she is letting go of her status as monitor assistant, and it's kind of symbolic of her moving on from the foundation as like her crutch, and becoming a full-fledged investigator. And yet, on her way out, um, it is still doing things for the SPDM students, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the fact that she
Uh-huh.
stopped and like burned away the Shamirs in the guardhouse, and then you find out that over the years, um, he's actually been like subtly looking after the kids when they're sick, but the arcane instruments don't like track their mental health as it should their physical well-being as well. She like legitimately cheats,
Uh-huh.
like straight up cheats on it just to like give them the break that they need, because there's clearly like deeper things here that these instruments cannot pick up on. Um, and then for her to like actually go out of her way to do these things that are not necessary but are the extra step that's needed to like take these kids seriously, especially because they are kids, right? And a lot of them are
Right.
orphans. Really makes her. Excuse me, I'm dying to your bushes again.
Oh dear.
It really makes her character stand out. And yet on her way out, she's like being watched by Lavender here, because Lavender was supposed to be a spy, right? Originally,
Right.
Lavender was just there to be like, oh, find reasons to point out if Matilda's not fit to be an investigator. Write it down. Write down all of the bad things she's doing. Like we're letting her go as monitor assistant, but we're not necessarily going to give her a ring endorsement as an investigator, right?
Right.
And so they spent they sent Lavender as a sent Lavender as a spy against her, only for Lavender herself to kind of see the value in what Matilda's doing, and like how much their old system does not work to really help
Mhm.
these kids, right?
Right.
So Matilda was able to convince someone of a better way that the adults just couldn't see for one reason or another. And
Oh, do you want me to
Hmm?
I see the green the green was bothering you.
no,
I
no,
have
I'm just
bushwhacks I can
bored.
bring over. Do you want me to show you where the okay, if you go up, actually go back. Back, no, er,
Shame delay,
yeah.
remember?
Go back, and go to the stairway that's on the left ahead. Go up the stairs. Well, maybe it's nighttime. Hold on. Let me make you safe. Hold on a second. Let me get back and stay right where you are
Okay.
because sometimes there can be monsters out there. But I'm gonna sleep. I just gotta get to this room and sleep. Sleeping. Okay. So out there, if you are facing, oh, you can see maybe turn slowly in various directions. Like, okay, straight ahead outside the gate, and then go up those stairs. See, you can actually see some right there. There's some jungle trees like right ahead, and with cocoa bean things right there. And you might be able to find more in the area as well.
Okay, got it.
And there's also some inside that have cocoa beans, and there might be some cocoa beans in my inventory. But look around for more trees like that and see if they have been growing cocoa beans.
Is
I
this where I can
planted a
get the
few
legendary
in this
cocoa goat milk?
area. Yeah, exactly. I'm not seeing a ton of beans on the ones you're looking at. Like I see a bunch of the trees. Oh, there's some.
Ow.
And then, oh, because of the delay, I only found out what was ow like after you said it. I was like, oh no, what happened? Um, and I am sorry about those bushes. They're there to discourage the there frequently husks spawn in that area. They're there to discourage them from coming into my abode.
Oh,
So then you can also
the water
check.
ones.
Oh, there's husks that just like spawn out on the
Oh,
out
this
on
part,
the
'cause it's unlit.
sand.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes maybe not there because I think some of that's slabs or half slabs, but
Okay.
I've occasionally had problems, which is why those were planted. They were anti-mob. Are you trying to figure out how to get down?
No, I'm looking for more trees.
Oh, okay. There might not be any more of them in this vicinity. Another place to look is if you go back inside Oceanside. Mm-mm-mm. Not past. I feel like you're going to where the you're like walking in the painful things on
I was
purpose,
trying to get
Decaf.
down into the ocean side.
Right, but there's ways that aren't the Okay. Turn around again. No, turn around. There we go. Okay.
Shame delay.
Ahead, you will find, yeah, ahead there is a door. Go through this set of doors and keep going. Go past the sheep. Go out the little gate that's past the sheep. I don't know whether you have to close it behind you or whether it automatic. I think you might have to close it behind you to keep the sheep from wandering away. And then turn around. And you will see no go to where look slightly to your right. There's a bunch more of those trees with the cocoa beans, and there might be a chest in this vicinity that has a small chest that
Mhm.
might have some seeds or like cocoa beans.
There we go. Welcome in, Ziliosaurus.
Deliosaurus, welcome in. Also, Ellen, welcome a million years ago.
Mhm.
I'm sorry that I didn't see you there.
But yeah, to what I was saying earlier, like Matilda was able to show exactly why the system doesn't work. And actually changed not just Lavender, but Harper Fogel as well a little bit. A little bit,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
With the reveal at the very end that Harper Fogel, once upon a time, was just like Vertin and just like Matilda. The principal was like, Harper, I remember when you were young, you were just like them.
Yeah.
Now look at you, a fine monitor.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Harper was affected by that quote unquote praise. That backhanded insult of like, look
Yeah.
at you conforming. And like
Mm-hmm.
the reason she didn't report or she didn't push on Lavender reporting more about, you know, some of Matilda's like sketchier stuff. Because I think Harper was aware. She must have been, right?
I think so.
It's because like she had seen Matilda's way versus her way. And I think given time, maybe it would have changed her. Like
Found me.
changed her approach. Maybe it would have meant that she wouldn't send kids to the guardhouse anymore for one.
Right. Right.
But that opportunity for growth and that opportunity for change is gone now that she's dead.
Didn't happen. Yeah.
And yet, despite that, I think that it ultimately helped in reminding Harper of why she became an SPDM instructor in those last moments. And that's my hope anyway.
I hope that you're right. I hope so.
She was the exact same person who sent Vert into the guardhouse too, all those years ago.
Let's see. Right, she was. Oh boy.
Speaking of, Dan says, I'm not overstepping with this, but part of Vernon's backstory and the General 5, the SPDM students, reminded you of the series that shall not be named army. Ah, yes. No, that does check out. You know, a group of students like taking matters in their own hands and defending themselves because the adults can't be trusted. The difference being there was at least some adults that could be trusted in that story. At the time, anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas for the world of Reverse 1999, I think it was just Tooth Fairy and Madame Z. And I think that's it. Like, full stop. Those were the trustworthy adults to Vert at the time.
Yeah.
Madame Z, who was like very busy with her research, and Tooth Fairy, who was just like one person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised we didn't see Tooth Fairy and her backstory. But then I remember that like all those chapters came out at once, and then Tooth Fairy was introduced in the very next story with Nightmare at Green Lake. And then it makes sense. Like, she might not have been written yet, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Or even if she was written in, they wanted to debut her for like the event story, which I think Reverse has done a good job of like telegraphing characters in advance now, or a better job of telegraphing characters in advance now. Like Igor wasn't playable for a long time after Igor was first introduced, all the way back in like the first anniversary. Neither was Charon. I think it was Marsha first who was like oh wait, are they the same chapter?
I think they were in the same
Never
chapter.
mind. They're the same chapter. Yeah. But I bang my drum every time to like remind people, hey, Harper Fogel had a name. And
I'm
for as
glad you
flawed
did
as she
that.
was, the reality of the foundation being what it is, um, people's lives did matter in those moments, and their deaths do mean something. And even that death that you know hurts the most right now,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it meant something, and that was it
Yep.
ties well into the theme of that, of like people sacrifices having meaning. Oh, someone else is in here.
I, I was telling Mr. GSC
Hi, Lena.
afterwards that after I'd played it that I th- I thought, cuz I thought like that the death that I knew was coming
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't necessarily be as impactful
Right.
for me, because as the ones that I didn't expect. Um and but the things that made but I did end up like crying again. I did end up in tears again when it was happening. And I think it was because of how desperately the person who I knew was going to die, but how desperately she wanted to make it, like how desperately she didn't want to die and was so determined to make it there.
Mm,
Um, and the fact that Verton had to watch it again. That
right.
like that Verton once again had to be witness to this, and like between those two things, that just like completely broke me in the moment.
No, it was really well done in the story, as well as the voice actress just kind of giving it her all.
Yeah,
really making
for
you
sure.
really making your heart break as she calls out, "Please don't leave me." Uh,
Yes. Oh my god.
uh
Oh my god.
I will admit, it was a little bit less impactful for me in the moment, overall, but in the moment, it didn't matter all that much. Um, the execution of it and the journey to it was well done enough that
So good.
I'm okay with it um, being revealed the way that it was. Story wise, I would have
Hmm.
preferred if they had like kept on the wraps or waited at least one more patch before
Right.
making that character playable. But like,
I would too. Like it was okay
yeah,
that they did, like, I mean, it turned out okay because they did such a good job with the story, but I think they could have avoided um I wouldn't have spent the way that it was. I spent the entire story waiting for it to happen because it was obvious that it was going to. Like there was no other way that what we had right in front of us in the gotcha could occur without that. So, um I spent the entire story like just sort of like waiting for this dreadful thing to occur. And then of course a bunch of other dreadful things occurred
hmm
that at least like did take my focus off of waiting for the one thing for a while. But
it,
yeah,
it
it would have been even
was
better. It would have been
it would
better.
have been better. Yeah,
And they probably also could have avoided a lot of backlash that way too, because people were upset about it in advance without knowing how it was going to be done in the story, and I think
hmm
it was done extraordinarily well and very very much earned. And um but of course people were going to jump to conclusions, or like of course people were going to be upset knowing it was going to happen, and might not have the same ability to just like trust. I felt like, oh well, I trust these devs
right.
to do this well, but not everybody is the same. Not every, like we're different people. We're all different people.
It's just one of those things
um
that you kind of have to reconcile between what is a good business move versus what is good for the story and the fandom at large. And the reality of it is that for as much as Reverse is like a very story first and like fandom first game, they do still have to make money, unfortunately.
Right.
So I understand why they did it, even if I don't necessarily agree with the execution of well, not the execution, but the timing of it, because I did like the execution of it. I just think the
Right.
timing could have been better.
Well, then, I'm not even fully convinced that it was the best business move
Right.
because of the fact that there was so much backlash. Whereas if they had kept it under wraps and waited, well, I mean, maybe there was no way to do that because of
CN, right?
CN. But if there had been some way for them to legitimately keep it under wraps,
They would
people
have
would
to
have been
like
dying
they'd have
maybe to
to
play that
do the
character.
like character release like 3 patches later then.
Yeah.
Which would not be as
But
impactful for their sales necessarily, unless they like
or
really hammered home. Remember this character that died every chapter?
well, if they made her, she was really well loved,
Hmm.
which she was, and that was part of the issue. She was really well loved. If they had made us wait
Right.
a long time for her, that actually could have paid off. Like there are people who were like saving for characters they hoped would be playable, like before even knowing that they were ever for sure, before having any confirmation that they would be playable. There are people who like have saved for their main characters, like their favorite characters, without even any confirmation that they'll ever be able to get
Hmm.
them. Because gacha players will do that if they love the character enough. Maybe they didn't know how beloved she was.
Right.
I'm not sure I knew how beloved she was
I mean, when she first came out,
until the outrage.
um, I was one of the people who was like making the jokes about, hey, but Cormlin looks a little bit different. And the only
That's
thing
good.
that like connected her with the Cormlin was the face mask and like slightly
Yeah.
brown, slightly brownish hair.
Uh-huh.
I still go back to that well every now and again, just like laugh about it. But no, by the end of like the second appearance already, she had
Yeah.
established herself as her
Yeah.
own character.
Yeah, she had.
Separate from the Corn Blue.
Separate from a Cornbloom.
Maybe
And
not.
also
Go ahead, sorry.
distinguished herself more from being like, because she was a character who depended, people might have different conflicting feelings about the fact that she was a character who didn't want to be in this fight
Mm-hmm.
and actually deserted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Depending on people's point of view about something like that might be a plus for some people and a minus for others, character wise. Um, like someone who is generally a pacifist might be like, yeah, that's and or who already like has a strong distrust and dislike for the foundation, which might be most people, but I was surprised. Um, I was surprised y- just yesterday about to feel like I sort of assumed that most people would feel as strongly negatively about the foundation as I did, and apparently that's not true.
No. No.
Uh, so I was actually but I was surprised. So maybe some people would, have a strong distaste for someone who deserted. Um, and so I don't know. It could have played out a bunch of different ways. Um, but
It's
right
just
after her second appearance, I feel like she was,
just very distinct already. Yeah.
yeah, distinct and also had given people in every mindset in that regard like reasons to like her and to care what happened to her.
Just to briefly touch on what you mentioned there, it's the nuance, I think, of the foundation and the lack of choice, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. Lack of alternative options that makes people want to not necessarily defend the foundation, but understand their necessity compared to, again, the lack of alternatives, right?
Well, I
Um,
feel like I understand why people feel it necessary to work with the foundation, but that's because the foundation is insidious enough to have made themselves the only viable
right.
option
It's
by
just
consolidating
the
power and making sure people are forced to turn to them, which is, in my opinion, why one of the reasons why they are so uh terrible.
right. No, but like it's the rationalization of, well, this is the organization we're working for, and we're the good guys, so these must also be the good
Uh-huh.
guys. And then added that to the fact that Reverse is not like shy about exploring, grayer moralities as well
Mhm.
as
Sure. Yeah,
this
yeah.
nuance, right? And so it has
Right.
like led to this weird kind of schism where people are split on how much we are willing to forgive um, either certain characters or certain organizations or certain like motivations that we see that other people don't necessarily agree with, and that's okay. Um, but like until it's like written in text, like character A actually deeply cares for character B, um, or is like, even what I said about Harper Focal, right? These past like 20 minutes,
Right.
is a lot of um, a lot of it is written in text, but part of it is fueled by my own like biases and interpretation of the story. And the foundation itself is like a greater like sight on that of it's a collection of very flawed people. Um, even our like good guys on their best day are just doing their best to like live day to day and like have to make these hard decisions. I point to X a lot because like X is so sketchy to me,
Well,
and yet we all love him. But come on, guys.
I love X a lot. Well, and for and generally speaking, I enjoy morally gray characters a lot.
Right.
And to me, there's a big distinction between a morally gray character and a uh an institution that exploits both those characters and the more like straightforwardly moral characters
Hmm.
to like institutions don't need I don't need to regard an institution with sympathy because it's not a person.
Right.
Like it's like we don't uh, we can have nuanced takes on people who work for a harmful corporation because they have reasons for doing it that aren't necessarily black and white, and like maybe they need to live, and they need to, and people make choices that are difficult all the time. That doesn't mean we have to say, and therefore the organization is fine.
No.
We can still say, no, it's an evil organization that is exploiting these people by making them have to choose it as their as
As their only choice,
and
yeah.
yeah, and also uh actively encouraging and cultivating the darker sides of their natures and like their own mental health struggles and things like that. Like it's using, and so my strong feelings about that one character in particular
Hmm.
is that I feel like that's also what she, from what I've seen so far,
Right.
it seems obvious to me that that is what she does on a personal level. She knows how to make people feel taken care of when she needs to in order to ensure their loyalty to her and ensure they
Oh,
will
we can just
keep
name her because like
allowing the foundation
she's shown
to
up in
exploit
like
them.
so many stories beforehand. We can just say Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine. I just, I'm like, I got into a whole thing yesterday,
Yeah,
but
no,
like
no.
I really think like she's the part of the reason why the foundation is as manipulative as it is and does use people in such a an absolutely diabolical way
Hmm.
and take advantage of their weaknesses and their pain um and consolidate power the way they have is that that's how she operates. Like that's her, like she in so many ways is the moral center
Right.
of the organization, and that moral center is amoral. Like that moral center does not actually care. We've had so many stories
Reason
about the
above
way the
all,
foundation,
pragmatism, you know.
yeah, and like pragmatism ends up being like um an excuse word as far as I'm concerned. It's like, okay, call it pragmatic, but really it's manipulating people and uh profiting, like benefiting from their trauma and pain.
Hmm.
And so and I do hold her personally responsible for a lot of it. Um because of the role that she plays in the organization and how much she seems to be like one of the strongest voices in like the way they do things.
Yeah, right. Like it was interesting to see like how much sway she has in this particular arc where she had both the Hawk and the Dove faction like shut up. Like she
Uh-huh.
fully took the floor and was like, "Okay, let's do this." And no one like
Uh-huh.
no one contended against her. Not Irene, not Pedra, no one. She just had the floor the entire time.
Because I think she's very skillful at keeping people on her side who
Right.
she needs. And part of why I wasn't buying like, oh, she genuinely cares for so and so because she gave them a present when no one else did, is I'm like, well, yeah, obviously she did because she knew that person was vulnerable to that kind of persuasion. Like, yeah, of course she gave Madam Z a birthday present to make her feel cared about. That's not
Hmm.
the same as caring.
It,
That's
it does
like,
remind
oh,
me of so my take on it is it reminds me of Cobell from Severance,
mm, uh-huh,
where it's not that she's unfeeling, it's not that she's fully inhuman, but what makes her so interesting is the severance
right.
of
Well,
herself
yeah.
from these emotions that she chooses to like be this person despite everything that she's seen, despite everything that she herself has gone through. uh it makes her a terrific antagonist, and yet
Right.
I can't help but like feel that she's not what's the word I can't help but feel like she's not someone I can fully like hate, because I can see like the bits of humanity that like peeks through every now and again. It's
Well,
rare, but it does happen in my
yeah.
view, in my interpretation.
Well, they've made her, they have shown us some vulnerabilities, some vulnerability
Right.
in her. They've shown us like her pain. They've shown us what made her this person and what made her um what allows her to feel righteous while doing terrible things.
Hmm.
What allows her to keep moving forward and to feel
It's the only way.
like she's doing it right. Well, and it was like I was saying yesterday, like we are like human beings. We are masters of self-deception. We will do, and I'm talking about everybody here. I'm sure that I do it too. I think we all do it sometimes, especially if we aren't thinking about it and don't check ourselves. Um like we will do whatever we need to mentally, whatever kind of mental gymnastics we need to do to convince ourselves that we're in the right,
Hmm.
regardless of what we're doing. And so like we will convince ourselves we're righteous because it's such a need for us to feel like we're doing the right thing, even if the definition of the right thing is as narrow as the right thing for us, the way we can survive.
Right.
Like that we'll make that like, okay, because this is the way that we believe we can survive, it is righteous, it is the only thing we can do. Like we'll justify, we'll just make these huge leaps to justify our actions so that we don't have to feel like the villain in a situation, which is why I tend to find villains who are like certain types of villains who are like I'm gonna do evil, like kind of unrealistic because no one actually thinks they're doing evil. They think they're doing the right thing, even if that's only the right thing for them so they can survive. Like they
Right.
they think some famous actor, and I don't remember who was like everybody thinks they're righteous, and right, it's true, and that's how people sleep at night when they are doing absolutely horrible things. They manage to convince themselves that it is necessary.
That's the goal. That's the rule now.
Yeah. And so we've seen some of the cracks in um what's her name from Severance.
Right.
Like we've seen why she's so broken that she's able to convince herself that it's the right thing to do. They haven't shown us anything like that in Constantine yet. They haven't, like, she's never taken her guard down in front of
Right.
us.
We've seen like
Um,
some moments of vulnerability when it comes to like Miss Stranger, in that one scene. But beyond that, there's very
is
few
it?
scenes where she's not like kind of coy about like the amount of weaponized empathy that she uses.
Yeah. I mean, even with Miss Stranger, like, I just have a hard time believing that she genuinely cares beyond how it impacts herself or her goals.
Right.
But that's mostly because they've never actually
Again, shows
I've
her
never
more
seen it.
vulnerable. Right.
Yeah, they've never I've never seen how she's broken, if she's broken. Um like so I don't know these things about her. It would take a lot. I don't know what it would take. Like I do find, certain of her decisions to be pretty pretty much unforgivable. Like
Oh yeah, of course.
and I don't know, like I don't think that I could be ever get to a place where I'm like, hey, let's all, kumbaya with Constantine. Let's forgive her for everything.
Right.
Like the best thing I can hope for is that maybe she on some level repents before she dies. Like that's all I've got. Maybe right before she dies, we see her realize how awful
Was
she's
I the
been and
bad guy?
that what?
Was I the bad guy
Was
at the
I the
very
bad guy?
end?
Right, right. um, I don't see a way forward where I don't even want her to get reversed because that lets her just like start over, like be a different person
Right.
and not remember any of the evil she's done. Um, like that's too good for Constantine. um, being caught in the storm. And I'm, I'll emphasize this again. Like
Oh,
I'm not a
whoops, I died.
person who hates things or things that people are unredeemable. Like
New
I'm a
totem.
prison abolitionist. Like I don't think that I don't think that punishment is good. Like I generally, but when you've engineered as much pain and suffering as she personally has on people are her who she's forced to be her allies.
Hmm.
Um that's really something. Uh and especially when I'm very protective of Verton, who was a child when all of this
Hmm.
went down, who has no idea, who still, the Foundation still apparently knows a ton of stuff about Verton that Verton herself does not know.
Right. There's the question of like there's so much the Foundation is like keeping from not just the general public, but even internally. Um, like this is the chapter we finally learn about the shelter doves and like how exactly these Foundation buildings have been secure from the storm all this time. And you're like, wait, why are we making equilibrium umbrellas when shelter doves are a thing? And then you find out, oh, it's because they're like battery powered, which is so inefficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so inefficient and like points at a clear seizure of like resources and power in that they control the
Mm-hmm.
supply of the one thing that makes the Foundation buildings like immune to the storm.
Right. And their choice has been not to make enough shelter doves to shelter the world, or to try to expand the safe zones.
No, it's meant to protect the buildings.
Right, to protect their buildings and their people and the people they specifically choose.
Hmm.
And then tell everyone we have no other choice.
Right.
Like, really? Because couldn't you have been using all this time, like with the resources that you have, couldn't have you been using some of it to try to expand um the safe zones in multiple eras, like to save more people? Um like, even if you don't want to tell people what's going on because you think there would be mass panic, you could quietly protect them by installing these.
There's a version
Uh,
where they would like just put the shelter doves around Rayashki. Imagine that.
right? Imagine, imagine. Uh, and this could have been happening all this time.
Yeah.
Like, but their choice has been no. In order to keep their power, they have to make sure that they are the only safe place for anyone who doesn't want to have to turn to the Manus. Um, and if they're the only safe place, that right, that makes them, that keeps them in power forever. That
Mhm.
makes that gives them the authority they want for whatever reason. Um, and it's hard to think of a good reason. Like, people crave power for selfish reasons that they then justify um, to themselves and perhaps to others if they're forced to. uh, I don't know, but yeah, that's why that's my I feel like the Foundation is pretty diabolical,
Hmm.
and not even just consolidation of power, what they did with Verton, like, all we've seen so many examples. The Jay's sister, we've seen so many examples of how they chew up and spit out the Arcanists who work for them.
Right.
Um, they convince them that it's noble work, necessary work, life-saving work, and often it is, but then they have no qualms about letting them just sacrifice their lives constantly for it without uh when it's not always necessary. Um
No, the Foundation for sure has like um in universe not earned the trust of the people.
yeah.
But like touching it again on a little bit is just like I'm hesitant to write off Constantine entirely as being a complete monster. Uh, weird, weird thing to say. I know she is a monster. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I'm trying my best to like see that humanity in her, and I think I agree with you. It would take a lot to redeem her, and I don't think they ever will In the same way that we're never gonna get redemption for Igor, right? Um,
Who has done a lot more to
to
earn
earn
it.
it, yeah. Like we saw
Yeah.
his story, like leading up to it, where you saw like how institutionally he was trained to, punish deserters. Dan here and Yuchi said a bunch of stuff here that I didn't notice. Still waiting for Mulder to get her comeuppance. All the deserting women. This is true. But like he was conditioned to just always pull the trigger
Right.
on deserters, on the people that he considers as his like brothers and sisters, right?
Right.
And what ultimately like disillusioned him was fighting in a what seemed like a pointless battle where no support was coming despite doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Only to like come down to the memorial hall and notice that, oh, they didn't even get our names on the plaques right. Like we
Right.
died
Right.
for this battle that we still don't know like what we fought for
Right.
down there.
And they didn't
And they
even,
didn't even get like bother to get the names spelled correctly.
which really tells you a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
The foundation employee was like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, sorry, because we switched the last names.
Mhm.
We'll get that fixed right away." When we're a bit less focused on not dying to the storm.
Which, like yes, we're focused on not dying for the storm from the storm, but um they themselves have engineered the circumstances that give them not enough manpower to by being so exclusive about how they uh allow people to survive.
Hmm.
They have participated in creating a scenario where maybe they're overtaxed and certain things aren't getting done properly,
Hmm.
such as fully honoring those who have sacrificed themselves for the cause. Um,
They get a nice like shiny metal plaque and a medal.
yeah, yeah, we
Wee.
we um uh
No, but the point being of what I brought it up is just like
yeah.
the the nature in which reverse kind of like um talks about these characters and talks about these stories is that it does lead people to um be a bit more open to these things, to these stories, which is why I'm trying to um give a little bit here to Constantine despite all the horrible things she's done. Because reverse has done such a good job of like creating this nuance, right? And like exploring this
Mm,
nuance in stories. um so I am open to like seeing more of it and like trying to understand this other side to it, because at the end of the day these are still people, um even though they are like fictional, and people are motivated by different things. But hang on, let me just grab some paper from here. Interesting. I don't think I'll ever understand like how all this works. Oh, well, I got it, Lena. Thank you. I got what I needed. I didn't need that much.
just took down a bunch of trees, so you would think there would be a bunch more places to plant these
I don't
than
think
what
I'll
it
fully
feels
understand like how the crafter works, but I can at least put it down so I don't have to keep like
like.
going back and forth to it. And I guess I'll just come back with like firework stars and then figure out how to like harvest that, I guess. Oh, it is locked there. Maybe I need a dropper or something to put it in a chest or something. Okay, well, something to think about. Oh, you need to power it. Okay, okay. Well, I'm not gonna worry about that then. Maybe one of these days I'll figure out how to actually use the crafters and somehow like recreate Elena's like dye works here by the fireworks
Mm.
to like make constantly make a constant stream of like colored fireworks feeding into these chests up here. It would be quite an ordeal, but I think it's possible. I just don't know like how I would go about it right now. Like it'd be some combination of water and glass and redstone, probably. But I've taken the first steps, which is just make a crafter. Probably it'll be like a
I
huge
am. Oh,
huge thing somewhere else. Go ahead, sorry.
well, I was gonna say, I hear you on being open to finding out more about Constantine, and I am too. But I also, I think the way I feel about it is that, um, she, it's on her to earn that from me.
Right.
I don't, there's no reason for me to give her, um, like, I don't need to give her like some kind of preliminary sympathy. Um, if she wants to turn this around, that's on her.
Like we need a whole
Um,
episode with her in a mining town. Um and just like exploring her childhood.
yeah. That's like she's done with based on what she's done, she hasn't earned some kind of benefit of the doubt.
Right. I think what would have to happen at minimum, you know, I joked about the whole like backstory thing. I don't think it's actually
Uh-huh.
necessary. I think we've seen that already with the side lore thing about the woman frantically like running around doing bureaucracy, trying to save as many lives as she could, and then realizing that she just couldn't. I think that was supposed to be Constantine there. In that, the implication is that it's Constantine there. What I think needs to happen is that she needs to be separated from the Foundation, and then help further in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
She would need to be like not a different person, but she would need to be herself, and it would have to be a situation where she has no resources from the Foundation to help,
Yeah.
or is
Yeah.
actively going against the Foundation to help. I think that's what would be required to like really
Turn that around.
yeah, bring her around.
Yeah.
It's like her not being reliant on all of her political prowess and manipulation as she has been all this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to actually like use her wits and her resources to help Vertin with a problem just can't be solved without her like going against them even. I don't know what that would look like, but I'd be interested in seeing a
Yeah,
story
I don't
like
either. I don't exactly either. I would also need her to acknowledge to Vertin that she knew what was going to happen that day,
that.
that she purposefully allowed it to happen. Like, I need her to confess her sins to Vertin in that regard, so that Vertin is
Right.
not, because Vertin's still carrying all this guilt. from that. Like Verton is still carrying like that. Like Verton still feels responsible for what happened to um the ring and everybody else that day. And I would need I would need Constantine to openly acknowledge that she knew what would happen
Hmm.
and on purpose allowed it to happen, and why, so that Verton could be freed from that burden that shouldn't have been hers. Like she should never have been made to feel that she killed her friends,
Right.
but she was deliberately made to feel that way. And
In order to make her feel responsible enough to become the timekeeper.
yeah.
Gosh, that scene of Madam Z just holding out the umbrella and the suitcase to her. It's such a hard scene to watch, and yet I keep going back to it because it is a very striking scene.
It is a very striking scene.
It sticks in your memory, just like Snyder asking you not to forget her,
Oh my god.
begging you to like remember her heartbeat.
Oh my god.
Dan says, how likely is it that the Foundation only didn't lose its doves because they are hidden in a pocket dimension? Like, the man just turned the entire campus upside down, right? I didn't find them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, the PAX house just like has the doves hidden, the manufacturing method and the actual location of them in the Foundation buildings hidden, so that no one can like copy the technology, right?
Right.
And I think the implication is that
Because that's the important thing is the proprietary
proprietary, like the patent.
not technology.
I think the
Live
implication is also
schmives.
that
Gotta
like
keep our patent.
Laplace doesn't have access to it either,
Right. Right.
because they keep researching like asymptomatic nucleotide R or whatever it's called, and they keep like looking into all these like different methods, and yet this is the first mention we have the shelter doves, which is extremely suspicious for obvious reasons, right?
Right.
That being said, I understand like why story wise it would not be brought up until this point, because it does like create a lot of intrigue and mystery to hold out on that information until now. And like Emmy was saying, that was yesterday, goodness. Yeah, during your stream yesterday,
Yeah.
it's not really confirmed if the shelter doves are the source of the immunity. Like they could actually just be rage extenders.
Right. Right.
Although I'm
right.
kind of
If
like
they-
hesitant to like accept that as an explanation, because range extenders by their nature don't they're actually like meant to cover a point between point A and point B, not skip over an entire section and then like have it just in that specific area. That's a router, right?
Right. Right.
Rather than a range extender. And if it's a router, then what satellite is like powering the shelter doves?
Right.
It feels a
right.
little bit like superfluous for technology like that. For it to be just like a router that's like spreading power from a main source. You could argue that it's like, oh, it's magic, so jumps great distances. But like that's not a satisfying answer to me.
Right. And I don't feel like that's an answer that feels too simple for
Right.
the type of storytelling that they do. I don't know.
I mean, Verton did jump into an extra dimension already. So I could see like them going down that path of like, oh, we just tap into another dimension. Like what Dan's saying here, like it's in a pocket dimension. And then that's how it's like being powered across distances and different locations. Again, that's not satisfying. I feel like that's a cheap.
I'll be interested in.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was probably going to say about the same thing.
Right.
Probably.
I'd be more interested if it was like, um, the shelter doves themselves are the source of the immunity, or there's some kind of like blessing applied to them. Whatever technology that they're doing is like what gives them the enough power to last like a couple days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just replace the batteries. Shelter doves, batteries not included. Goodness gracious. Completely waterproof. So I'm interested in seeing, like, now that shelter doves have been mentioned overtly in the story, does that mean that people are gonna keep talking about it in universe now? Right? Like, what's the plot's take on shelter doves beyond
Right.
just the convenience of them that is so um suspect?
Right.
Makes you curious how far Vert will even progress by the time we reach the 4th anniversary. How far will her godhood go? Ah, yes, Vertin, god of gotcha. Vertin has fully embraced her destiny as the spinner of the wheel.
Huh.
Or so it would seem. I was surprised to actually learn that, we've always known that all of her gotcha spins are canon. Um,
Right.
this has been common knowledge since like chapter 1, or the prologue even. But what I didn't know was that she was constantly doing it and just like sending them back on their merry way. It's like, oops, did I pull you away from work? You can go now. Here's here's a percussion candy lollipop.
Uh-huh.
You're part of my crew now. Which seems to be the implication in this chapter, with Lawrence Butterfly being like, "Oh yeah, that time you secretly summoned me using the gotcha, and then sent me back." So like, Vertin has just been constantly pulling on that wheel and pulling on that
Pulling
thread
the wheel.
to bring people in, and kind of like recruit them.
Yeah.
It does seem like it is a vibes-based recruitment method, in that she's not just pulling random people. Anytime
Right.
that the character is featured in a banner, it's always when they've been story significant.
Yeah.
But not necessarily when Vertin meets them. It's when we as the audience get to know them, right?
Uh-huh.
Because there's been several stories where Vertin has no idea who these people are.
Uh-huh.
And yet,
But we've met them already.
but we've met them. But interestingly, we met them through people that Vertin does know, right?
Uh-huh.
We've met them through Matilda. We met them through Tooth Fairy. I think the one exception maybe would be like Reed and Paper Heron, as well as what's his name? Sword guy. Sword guy that everybody likes. Chahaguan. Chahaguan.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Himbo, head empty, no thoughts. He's practically useless, but we love him anyway.
But it's fine.
It's fine. No. Niang Yue, Loggerhead, and Noir too. But we get to know them through kind of like the tangential characters, right?
Right.
I think the connection. What was the connection between? It wasn't just through Otta. It was someone else. I'm trying to recall. Like, wasn't there someone at the end of Spring Unending where they know Vertin? No, I could be wrong. Liang Yue, Loggerhead, and Noir too. Well, Loggerhead at least has some connection through, at the time, Matilda, right? Because that would be. Oh, that was the star I was trying to think of. There we go. It was the Dusha, not the Dusha Festival, the second Dusha Festival, the film festival. That Matilda was actually like a main player again, and the foundation finally responded to,
Finally.
finally responded to sending
Finally.
back up. And the one time I think the Manus weren't even involved. Now that I think about it. No, wait, no, they were. They were the reason like all the stuff was stolen. And it was an introduction to like Black Ibis. So Liang Yue, Loggerhead, and Noir have a connection through Matilda. Yeah, I suppose like Reed is the only one I can't think of like any connecting tissue, even tangentially, to Vertin as to why she would be familiar with Cheng Guang, nor. No, you know who it is? It was in Cheng Guang's side story. It was.
Oh.
Gosh, what's her name? Who was at the end of Cheng Guang's side story? Was it Elizabeth or Pointer?
I can't remember.
Here, I'm gonna look it up.
So bad for stuff like that.
Notice the anime opening has a hidden photo portrait of Qixing. Oh, I did not. I've been learning the anime opening for music video reasons. But I did not know about that. Here, to slay a tiger. Oh, nice. I'm one of the first results now. Google actually showing me and promoting my stuff. Excellent. Yeah, at the very end of Cheng Guang's side story, well, actually not even the end, there was throughout that he was telling the story to someone. I just can't remember who.
I can't remember either. Feels like a million years ago now.
Mm-hmm. And it really was. Like it was a full 6 months ago. Okay, let me go to the transcripts on Merui's website. I have some feelings about Merui, honestly. Like I am a little bit irked that Merui's results keep coming up above the actual global version because Merui insists on like posting all the CN stuff. And spoiling other people too.
Yeah.
On the other hand, like so many of the resources only exist in Merui's like YouTube channel and website. So, net positive.
I totally get. I get your mixed feelings there though. It's like on one hand we've relied on that channel for a lot of things. On the other hand, it probably is drawing views away from official channels with stuff that's been officially released.
That's why I really hope that he's actually an industry plan.
Yeah. That would be nice.
I'd be okay with it. Just at least the money and the views are going back to the main game. But no, it does seem like they are just like really good at coding and what's the word? Data mining.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to kind of just like get all this stuff, and they do go on the CN website, which is ahead of us and like has more resources. One of the things that didn't really port over into global was the ARG. Like that whole thing happened in the jukebox to start, but because it was not translatable into English, they just like made a new code for the jukebox that was like nothing to see here. Which is a little bit annoying, but also like, it's fine, I guess.
I guess.
I would have liked to have
I
an
know that.
ARG to solve.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
Well,
trying
and I know that
to. Oh, sorry.
it's been an issue the entire time that um I'm sure from for the devs, um the discrepancies between the servers has caused, ongoing problems for them
Hmm.
in terms of how to release material and how to um I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
just
but I
like do
think you
their
understand
marketing
what I mean.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so I found who it was, and I was wrong. There
Oh.
doesn't seem to be a direct connection to Vertin. Because like the person he was talking to was Paper Heron.
Ah.
So yeah, like it's the one self-contained instance, I think. Like you could
Hmm.
maybe argue that maybe the relation is like Barbara to Reed and therefore to the rest of the characters, but like
Hmm.
it's a little bit of a stretch there.
So sketchy, yeah.
Right. But it does seem to imply, back to my main point of like the golden threads being like
Mhm.
interpersonal relationships and not just what do you call this? Random folks. Like
Yeah.
people Vertin gets to know for the most part, except for that one instance where I don't think she has any idea who Paper Heron or Chang Guang are in the story. And it seems to as well be the case that Vertin and Flutterpage maybe don't know each other directly.
Perhaps.
Because Flutterpage and Vertin are supposed to be the same age apparently, because like Flutterpage was recruited during the fifth storm, like the one or two storms before we hit the 1960s. So Flutterpage should be the same age as Vertin. And so it's a little bit hard to say like if the character is accurate to what we see, right?
Right.
It's possible the reason they keep Flutterpage and Vertin separate is to like kind of flub over that discrepancy. Although, Sotheby, if Sotheby's an indication, it wouldn't really matter all that much because like Sotheby looks the same after
Right.
all these months, all these years.
Well, and I feel like that's sort of a thing that we just kind of accept in games is that even though we might get flashbacks of characters from the past
Mhm.
where they're a different age than they are currently in the story, once they're in the story with us, they're that age forever.
Right. Except
Kind of.
Silver Wing Eagle.
Right, that's true. You're right. They have made a distinction there.
I think
There has been a
the
character who was allowed to grow up.
right. I think the thing though is that like they're prioritizing lower star characters, which honestly
Uh-huh.
I hope they continue to do that.
Right.
Even
Because
if
they
it
can
would
bring
like
more of
make
those
sense
characters.
chronologically to like emphasize the young characters to age up to like have these alters. I
Right.
hope they will focus more on like the lower star characters to like get their upgraded forms.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the full 6-star guys.
Me too. Oh my goodness, that would be so great. So here for it.
We have that's another one of the mysteries, right? It's like where did Charlie's entire group come from? Paper Heron, Chen Guang makes sense. Jin Nangzhe and Getian, kind of their whole
Uh-huh.
city's like out of time, right? It's another example of the
Right,
apparent
right.
island anomaly.
Right.
But Charlie and the Fool seem to have, and Nick Bottom as well, seem to have been traveling, like a traveling troupe.
Mm-hmm.
So did they like travel into the future by accident? Was there a particular location that they went to that like is like the parent island, or was
Right.
it perhaps just like a lucky break? That they just showed up, and Vertin just pulled the gotcha and like pulled them.
I will certainly be interested to find out.
Right. Because it does seem like Vertin specifically pulls characters within the era, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can make the argument that, okay, maybe A Knight is not necessarily, what do you call it, divorced from Charlie and their group, right? Maybe A Knight comes from that, like, particular set of people. Unclear. Because A Knight is an awakened, so A Knight could just, like, survive the hundreds of
Right.
years it
A-Knight
would take
could-
to get to the present, right?
Right.
That's one of those things though that I think does need to be addressed at some point, and you know, it's probably part of their like 10-year plan, maybe.
Right. Probably.
Um, of like one day we're gonna get an explanation for all of Charlie and all the folks there. But in line with that, perhaps it would be a good idea to show us like, you know, more characters getting the alternative characters. You know, for as much implication as it does give the gotcha, as a business move, it is a smart thing to do. I just hope they don't abuse it to do the joke of Regulus in the live stream of like level 999 special blue Regulus or whatever she said. Because like that can lead to such FOMO real fast. Of like, oh, you want to support your favorite character, right? You want to get all 5 versions of them, right?
Right.
Because it's one thing to
Right.
have like 8 different outfits for a single character. I think you guys know which character I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
I love the character too, but come on, 8 outfits.
No, it's a lot.
It's like every year they get a new outfit, and then like even the half anniversary they get one too.
Yep. Yep.
Do we really need this many outfits? I mean, it looks pretty, so I guess so.
No, they always do.
But the difference in like FOMO between a garment, where only sometimes they have like alternative voice lines and ultimates, versus the like mechanical. It's a new character. They're much stronger.
Yeah.
And like if you don't get them, what if they're just gone forever? You know,
Right.
that could be a slippery slope. And so I'm a little bit concerned about that in particular. But I'm hopeful for what it means for the story. If it means that we get,
Me
you know, aged up characters, and if it means we get more focus on these lower star characters because they would inevitably become, by the nature of like, you know, large numbers, high tier characters, high star characters, right?
Right.
So maybe we'll finally get that full anecdote that we've been waiting for.
Maybe.
Okay,
We
I'm gonna wait for
want
the
it.
sun to move, and then I'm gonna send a screenshot of this in the Discord.
For people to guess.
Oh, then I should delete the last message I sent after. Well, I'll leave the context. I'll keep the video in. Because you're talking about Vertin like being forced to watch.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So I used that in the video, and it did really well.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I'm glad I could profit off of Vertin's misery.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's canon. That's what the foundation does, right?
Mhm.
Profit off of Virgin's misery.
Now I wanted to show off like how much I know about the game and like use the specific scenes to match the song lyrics, and I think I did a good job. Like it's all happy-go-lucky all throughout the video, and then the very end. Let's use Vertin
Ah,
watching the
at
rings
the very
ring roll on
end,
the
we
ground.
exploit the worst. Yeah.
You know, comedy and tragedy have been tied together since ancient times, since the Greek times. Helena B. Drummond. And I realize now, we've been talking about reverse for a good hour, if not an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
I mean, there's, you know, We both really love reverse, so it's understandable that that would occur,
Mhm.
I think. And there's no harm in it really, because we're both just like working on these like little projects.
Yeah. Okay, I did not die because I was on a high platform. There we go. I did run a toilet earlier today though. Going down from the gunpowder farm, I missed the water by 1 block.
That is, oh man, 1 block.
Thank you, Elena. Yeah, let me go delete the context now, because like I can't talk about that.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see if MJ recognizes that.
We'll see. MJ is unfamiliar with a lot of things that all the rest of you guys
Mhm.
think of as just like pop culture that everyone would know. But usually it's a combination of usually it's part age and part that I was not into like specific things
Mhm.
like in prior times of my life. All right, let
But yeah, I
me
put in Discord.
I'm just finishing this wall up and then I'm going to go look.
Mhm.
I don't know why I'm bothering to do this with this area that I've cleared out for Sunny to potentially make a squid farm in. For some reason, I feel like, oh well, it needs to be nice and neat for when Sunny comes over here, so that it's a nice place to
No,
work in,
you're
like
like
a
setting the
calm
table,
workspace.
putting out a
Yeah,
bed, luring Sunny with the promise of cheese.
yeah, exactly. Source water blocks. I've put here for convenience. Basically, what I've done here is hollowed out an area. I don't know how much space Sunny will actually need for a squid farm,
Mhm.
but I have hollowed out an area that's like just like adjacent to the place that where squids are naturally spawning in the cube habitat. And I've hollowed out space. I've also made a little pool here with water source blocks, as I assume those will be necessary to
Mhm.
make
Mhm.
it easier for one to add water as needed. And I cleared a path there as well. I made a nice path. Here's a room that can be like a staging area for like setting things up.
Mhm.
And here's the hall that goes back to where I already had like a little door. I just made it nicer. This little doorway to the back, like the kind of back entrance, kind of like access hallway
That way they can
to
easily like go back and forth and just have a nice
yeah.
time walking through it, as you do.
Yeah, and I had already created an access hallway through because I wanted I was like, well, there'll be something behind these windows and I haven't decided what yet exactly, but um so I created that hallway. I just now like neatened it up by making it all stone, which I consider like kind of my blank slate material,
Right.
and one can, decorate from there. Okay, so let me put myself in here. Sleep if necessary. Ah, yes, sleep. Indeed. And go look at the Discord. Oh.
Oh, you hadn't seen the context. Well, it's fine.
Huh?
I had put context for the first video earlier. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Oh.
And I
Wait,
realized
hold
you
on.
probably haven't now then, because like I deleted it already, because I thought you saw it already.
I did not see it.
Okay.
But I So let me look at it. Let me watch that
I'll
too.
I'll type it again, I guess, and then delete it immediately after. Because I capitalized on Verdon's misery.
I figured I would eventually see the context for that conversation,
Right.
but I didn't realize you had put it so easily accessible. I'm watching it now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, why do you hate us all?
It's a quick video, you know.
Oh, but yeah, I didn't have the VC chat in the foreground. I had a Firefox window with your stream in it in the foreground, so I didn't realize you'd popped it in there.
Yes, I did.
I feel like I should know. Like it looks familiar, but not familiar enough for that I am immediately. And it may just be I'm not putting things together. Like
Which
I'm
one?
not putting something together.
The scene of the ring going on the ground?
What? No. No, the other thing.
Oh, the mural. Okay.
Yeah, the mural. The mural.
I mean, if you go here in person in game, I'll tell you, but because it's easier to see like when you're actually in the game.
Well, I mean, I'm
Then
seeing it's like a pretty good view. I feel like the issue isn't the issue is whether I actually know the thing, and I'm not
okay,
sure.
okay.
I'm not sure that I do. It looks sort of familiar, but like that might just be that a lot of like game and anime things look familiar.
Mhm.
Like look similar, have similar aesthetics.
Well, he was streaming earlier, but it looks like he ended just like 15 minutes ago. So
Oh.
I'll show it off to him when he's here.
Oh. Wait a minute. I wonder if it's just the color.
Yeah, there's no other alternatives for brown. I could have used yellow, I suppose.
Right. That might be. Wait a minute. That's like. Hold on.
Right, the original thing has like a lot
I need
more
to.
shading.
I need to confirm my sudden suspicion without embarrassing myself by saying it out loud.
You can embarrass yourself saying it out loud. It's content.
No.
I'm gonna say your guess out loud. Say it.
No.
I'm just gonna tell everyone. And it's okay to be wrong, you know. There's no pressure. There's no points.
I don't love being wrong that much.
Special filler page next year, maybe. I'd be open to it. Although again, I'd prefer if like lower star counters were prioritized.
Okay, I think it looks like one of Sarlacc's emotes.
It is. There you go.
Okay. Yay! I went over to confirm that is the. I went to look at the emote to make sure that I wasn't like making that up in my head.
Yeah, you got it.
I love that. I love that.
It's actually one of those I've been needing to do for a while. I just kept forgetting.
And I think the only reason I didn't recognize it right away is because, like you said, you don't have ideal color choices.
Right.
For it, and the emote itself is a lot more like sort of goldenish, like a warm gold.
I could hypothetically like replace some of it with yellow. It might like improve the coloring there.
That seems like a lot of work.
It does seem like a lot of work, though.
When it like looks fine. Like, I think it's only me. Like, everybody else, nobody, I don't feel like other people will have the same thing where they need it to look. I don't know. I feel like other people got it like really much faster. So it's just me who's like thrown by the color.
Mm-hmm.
Some way that I'm perceiving it specifically just is what made it difficult for me specifically and
Right.
nobody else, I think. So I don't think you have to worry about it. It's
Okay,
some MJ brain
I
problem.
can't have misplaced half the sponges again. I put them in Trans Fantastic Machine, but I don't know which furnace it was actually. Whoops.
Maybe I put a...
Hmm. That or it's underwater. Underwater.
Looking down on me. Underwater. Maybe that's better.
Unlike most people, my first exposure to that song. Oh, here's the sponges. Phew. Okay. Found it. Found it. Like most people, my first exposure to that song was Vanilla Ice.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, it was the 90s. You know, the hits of the radio was a lot of like boy bands and remixed samples.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Now later I learned that, oh wait, this entire thing was a different song. There was a whole kerfuffle about it, which is very funny. But no, Vanilla Ice was like the first exposure I had to Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen.
Wow. Wow.
That song, sorry, not the David Bowie and Queen, like the artist. Obviously, I knew David Bowie and Queen songs before that. Can you imagine how horrible that would be?
Oh.
There's something really wrong with my music education if that was the case. Not to knock like songs that use samples for their music though. There's a lot of great ones out there that like sample old songs. We're talking like not this century old. Goodness knows Pachelbel is kind of gets used everywhere.
I'll just make more. I'll just make more buckets.
Dan says, agreed. When I was still playing Other Eden, arguably the most controversial change was the Stellar Awakening, which elevates the highest rarity units even further and buffs them from level 80 to level 100. See, that's the thing that I'm glad that Reverse didn't do, is like raise the level cap. I pray that they don't ever, because I don't think their game needs it. Let's face it, guys. Reverse is a puzzle fighter. It's a turn-based like combat game, but like it uses cards. It's a puzzle fighter, guys. For there to be a need to raise the level cap can only mean like raising the stats, like inflating the stats of enemies. And like it's their main thing. Like unlike like those 3D games where you know they could do exploration or like things outside of the combat. Reverse like main gameplay is just the combat. The mini games are fun, but like they are an aside and they're part of the story more than they are like their own thing. You know, White Rum's travelogue notwithstanding, which most people skipped apparently. and Critter
Oh my
Crash.
goodness. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
so yeah, I hope they don't like do a whole level thing for reverse, but continue to do the what do you call this? Continue to do the alters for our characters to like age them up,
Yeah.
give them more stories. That says real talk. What will the enemies do when even the breezy mode of the story reaches I3 level 60?
Oof.
Oh yeah, I was playing the main story with like quote unquote canon characters. I did rely on Winston a couple of times. Because like they're I couldn't play Rhiannon for obvious reasons. In like the other half of the main story. So I had to kind of get creative of like, well, Matilda's in a coma, but like I'll just put Matilda here anyway. And so and so and so like showing up here. Only to have them show up in the other side of the story and be like, well, can't use them now. Like Jay was one of the ones I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have Jay help Matilda. Jay was in the Matilda anecdote and like helps Matilda all the time. And like was in her story too. Nope. He's in the other side dealing with Miss Stranger. And I'm like, oh man. Aren't you guys like don't you guys have enough characters on that side?
I definitely fought something with Solo Matilda.
Hmm.
And she prevailed. Like it was rough.
Right, exactly.
And I didn't know I was gonna make it. And which was kind of fun. But it was kind of fun to have the game be hard again
Hmm.
in that way. But yeah, Solo Matilda, I did fight with Solo Matilda at a point, and I was so proud of her because she survived. She just barely survived, and and my Matilda's fairly well invested, but she, she still just doesn't even have all her
She's just a girl.
portraits.
She's still P3. You know,
Right.
year 6, we're gonna get the Altar Matilda who's 6-star. Trust. But she'll be interesting because like she'll be the first character. Oh well, I guess not by that point. But like we haven't seen anyone with an altar who also has Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see like what would they do with that. If they would actually like go the route of, well, because they made the character separate. Are they actually going to carry over Euphorias? They carried over Bond level, which is interesting.
They did, which I
I
liked.
appreciate that. But what about Euphorias? Like that's a whole different thing. Would we be able to like have max Euphoria right away if we already maxed it out for the previous version of the character?
It'd be interesting.
That would be nice. We already have so many characters to build, and the Euphoria and resonance pattern.
Uh-huh.
Oh goodness, the earliest resonance pattern being like, oh yeah, let me just build 3 resonance patterns for one character. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
The instant regret. And yet, I think I have to like build new resonance for someone in particular. I need to build it for Regulus because I R15 Regulus now, and I think her resonance is about attack and not critical. I could be wrong. But I might have to look into that of like,
Yeah.
well, I have these materials on my
Right.
hand.
I was wondering whether I was going to need to build a whole new.
I do hope they change that soon. Look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate Euphoria's like carrying over. If a character has
Oh,
like one
yeah.
Euphoria, you have them all essentially. You just need to unlock the main thing. Like Shamani has, Shamani has like 3 Euphorias. It still isn't meta. But like,
Yeah.
it-
I'm salty about that.
once
I
you
like him
unlock
so much,
one,
and I cannot stand that his euphoria sucks. That he's like, ugh. I
once
can't
you
stand
unlock
it.
one Shamani Euphoria, you have them all. Essentially. So I hope they do something similar with the altars if they ever like do an altar for a 5-star character into 6-star. To like carry over our Euphoria progress as well, because that is a whole thing. And then also like consolidate all the resonance patterns into just one.
Mhm.
Like realistically, I don't think it's possible for them to refund all the extra resonance patterns anymore. It would be too much for them to process, I think. Like maybe they would just have to give like some amount of clear drops apologems to make it really work. But I think they could like consolidate that system into just one unlock, and then you can choose all the resonance patterns you want, right? And that makes more sense to me than like a level cap raise.
Yeah, I can see. I agree.
And Reverse has been good about their quality of life updates. Like 2 patches ago, we finally got the archetype filter, which I only restarted using in like 3.7. But I'm glad it's there.
Me too.
I'm a little bit weirded out that Jay isn't a lingering glow, but I understand why. He's burn. Saturday is lingering glow.
Let's see.
I do appreciate that we did actually get Spathadia as like an alternative to Barrow. Not the most effective one, mind you, but like not
But
bad at
that's
all.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, not terrible.
not terrible. That's all we asked for. Not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not tiramisu. Ah! This is lava. This is lava.
Oh,
Okay. Apparently this spring has lava next to it.
oh my goodness.
I feel a day.
Feel a day. Welcome in.
Oh, the other day I heard well, I was watching a YouTube video where they mentioned the word Fita die.
And you were like, oh.
Oh, that's another way to say it. Cool. I'm not entirely sure what the Fita die are, to be honest with you, but apparently it's something. And as I say that, my ADHD activates, and I'm like,
Now you're like, I want to know. I need to know the bets on whether decaf all to now investigate.
nope, no idea. Ah, okay. Elena's store's actually called Elena's Rare Trades.
Ah, yes.
I can read signs now.
I love Elena's store.
Mhm.
I love that it exists. I love everything about it. Oh, what have I done?
880. Oh, that's a village. Ah, here we go. -2, 550, 1050. No, sorry, but to answer like Dan's question about, hard story mode.
Mm-hmm.
It does come down to archetypes ultimately, is like how people are breezing through it now. Like rolling through limited characters and the current characters and or building euphorias for those alternatives like Spathadia is like how people would get through breezy mode now. Or the no, story difficulty now. Because I was playing through the story difficulty with my, quote unquote canon characters, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling like a lot to get them to do all the things that would be necessary to like beat these characters. Oh, before I fly over there, I should repair my wings. Because as it turns out, they actually did a good job of adding in mechanics for this like particular chapter. You know, I've always felt like the invincible for 1 or 2 turns thing was kind of silly and arbitrary. Like dodge non-ultimate attacks for 1 whole turn. Gee, really trying to stretch this game out, huh? But the mechanics of this particular main story, which I think Emo skipped over, uh, was that if the enemies survive long enough, they get stronger. And like the more enemies like stick around, the more buffs they get. So you're supposed to like focus your attacks on one particular character at a time. If you want to like keep them from buffing themselves to the point where all their stats like get a boost, but only on turn 2 or turn 3, right? So it's an interesting thing for newer players who are going to experience that for the first time, right? They're going to have to deal with enemies that like soup up.
Right.
Or for the returners who like don't build as frequently. Well, actually, I was gonna stop by the raid farm, but it's almost time to end MJ's stream.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, is it? Oh my goodness.
So I think I'm just gonna AFK somewhere and get ready to like switch over already. But yes, welcome Infinity. Thank you so much for stopping by. Wait, is Fiade a streamer? I always forget.
Yes.
Like, who's a streamer?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Thanks for joining us for Minecraft, everyone. This has been gushing about Reverse 1999 for half of it. But I appreciate you all hanging out.
Me too.
Shortly after this, I will switch over to the actual game I've been talking about while playing Minecraft this whole time. As you do. But like we talked about other stuff too.
We did, but it was a good conversation. It was stuff we both like, you know, wanted to talk about with regards to the game. So
I need to like deconstruct some of the main story stuff, and I'm probably going to make like a really short general thoughts thing video. Not a summary because I can't do summaries because like I get so many pieces of information like wrong.
Oh,
I would have to like really script out and research before I could do a summary, and then I couldn't do all the other stuff I do, you know, music videos and meme and stuff.
right. It doesn't seem like that needs to be your job in the fandom. You know what I mean? Like there's
Right.
people who do that stuff.
You can check out their channels and streams over on YouTube for the most part. There's Redshifted, the Voidcast, Buns SE. Although Buns SE is a little bit more heady. Okay. Let me AFK here for a little bit while I go open the things and close a couple of others. So yeah, looks like I'll finish Sarlacc's mural next week after all, because I'm out of class.
Ah.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm shocked, and yet I realize it has been a while, and so you know you were gonna run out eventually. It had to happen sometime,
Mm-hmm.
so I shouldn't be that shocked about it.
Oh, wait. I mistyped Fiaday's name. Sorry about that.
Philaday, I hope you were doing well.
Oh, it's the O before the E. That's why.
Mm.
There we go.
Elena. I have a feeling there's problem solving about to occur.
Out of glass? Triple question mark.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Between the pit full of lava, Sarlacc's mural, and MJ's mural. Yeah,
That's
I
a
ran
lot
out
of
of glass real
glass.
quick. It was like slower this time because you brought me like 3 chest fulls. worth. But it did happen eventually. Yeah.
As it does. Suddenly I'm having a lot of lag. And
Speaking of
apparently am out of stone.
what do you call this? Service providers and all the things they offer. Gas company. How did that go?
I mean, like what I was doing was, calling to cancel an appointment. I like to cancel their service call because I can't get agreement from my landlord to give them the access that they need to do what they need to do to check
Ah,
what they need to check. I will say that the guy I talked to at the gas company was the nicest and most helpful person I've ever talked to there, in that he was like, whether or not it was good advice, he was trying to give me advice. He didn't like totally buy the things my landlord was saying, and was like, I really think you should check for this and this. I don't know, like he was nice, and he also put a 30-day protection on our account
mhm.
so that if we don't want to pay the enormous bill that shouldn't belong to us, um while we're working to figure this out, while everyone's trying to figure this out,
Mhm.
we won't get our gas turned off.
Right.
So that's nice. But both Mr. GSC and I are concerned that this thing will drag out longer than that, but
And in the
because
meantime,
we
you have
feel
to
like,
like pay that. Hey MJ, I know.
yeah,
I we did mention this
uh-huh.
earlier. You think this might be a good time to do a sponsorship? Because like that seems like a pressing concern.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know if people have. I guess I could look and see what's available.
Right.
I feel like I felt like, the last one that I did, it was very effective in terms of like, like it got me, like it was an effective sponsorship, but it also was a lot of work for everybody. Like I felt like everybody like rallied to try to help make it happen, and it just feels like I'm asking so much of people to do that. So it's hard for I'd have to
Hmm.
kind of make up my mind to be at peace with that, or to feel like I feel like everybody's so taxed
It is.
and
It is at least like a for people who don't have the money to like throw at you directly, a way for
a
people to
way to
support.
support.
Um, which I think is is my sentiment of like why I think maybe you should consider doing a sponsorship to pay that enormous gas bill if it comes down to it, right? And if it doesn't come down to
Right.
it, then you have that extra money to like make ends meet and pay some bills in the meantime, right?
Right. I could certainly consider it.
Hmm. Consider it, please. That's all I ask.
uh,
I've tacked the sticky note to your church door, or whatever the anecdote was.
yeah. Thank you, Decaf. I will think about it, and I will look and see what kind of sponsorships might be available to me at this time.
Mhm.
See what's being
Now, of course, I don't
offered.
have the same power that I did as like I'm no longer working with the company that had me as a trainer.
Where you could like recruit half the people who
Yeah.
you worked with to do the
So
sponsorship.
I can't do that anymore. But I still have my audience here on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Hmm.
I can ask to like help a little bit. And I have
I'll
made
look
more
and see.
connections like through Twitch since then.
I'll look and see if there's anything that looks like even remotely fun that to do, like
The Star
not
Trek
too
one looks pretty
punishing.
good.
I'll have to look. I'll look and see what I get offered. Because I think we all have like individual offers the way that Stream Elements does it.
Hmm.
So I'll see. Yeah, I'll see what's available, and I potentially have more options for platform now than I did then, but not a ton more, but like some more options for platform. I still don't have like Windows PC. I have everything else though. Like I could play something on my Mac, I could play something on a PlayStation or Switch. I could play something. I mean, technically, we have like an Xbox in the back room that Mr. GSC was hoping to sell, but has not. So I could even, that's basically
Right, that is
having a
another way
Windows
to like.
PC for gaming sometimes. So like maybe, um, yeah, that's potential. Uh, I don't know. We'll see. I'll look into it. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for um trying your best to look out for me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right. With that, I will end my stream. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. This has been a ton of fun to, hang out with MJ as always, and Elena as well. Please go support them over in their channels. Oh, and of course, the other player who was here today, Elijah.
Right,
the other
right, of
streamer who's
course.
always like streaming every single day.
Who's always, yeah, and always like playing Minecraft with us as well. Yes.
Here's the raid message if you want to copy that, or the sub-raid message as we head on over and end the stream.
Are you taking a break, or are you going to be restarting your stream right away?
I'll restart right away. And then I guess we
Alright,
could keep
great.
hanging out because I'm going
Then
to be
we'll
doing
raid,
like
then
mostly battle stuff for
I'll
a little
raid
bit. If you want to do that.
I will we'll see cuz like, we'll see when Mr. GSC gets up and but yes, I will raid over
Hey.
and what did I want this for? Oh right, to make buckets for Sunny.
Ah, mercy.
Yeah.
Mercy
I was
buckets.
gonna keep a few buckets for myself because I gave all my I mercifully gave all my buckets to that place, but then I thought I'd put more buckets over there. I'm trying to make the place, the squid farm staging area, and I'm trying to like make sure there's lots of useful items. I'm trying to make it as tempting as possible by making it convenient.